brackets.
He needs to go away. And this Jerry Palm fella, he needs to take him with him.
Are you putting out a bounty on him?
They just need to stop coming up with this silly bracketology. Silly is what it is.
Billikens play Georgetown first round 7-10 matchup.
Oh, that's going to be a tough match.
He's got a starting time on the game? Stop it! He's got a starting time on a game that doesn't exist.
He also has the final box score posted.
No, it's a 7 seed, 10 seed. It's not saying the game starts at 7-10.
Oh.
Georgetown very rugged inside, Doug.
You don't know if they're rugged inside. Half their players will be suspended by the time the season rolls around.
I saw them play a couple times. They have length. They are long. They can get up and down the court.
Illinois does not get into this tournament, according to Joe Lenardi's bracketology, but Illinois State does.
Who does Illinois play in the NIT round 2?
Doesn't have that. That'd be stupid.
Oh, I guess it would be.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. Known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Hey, it's Jackson. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, saving for retirement and college, while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you are starting your financial planning or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a financial strategy. His straightforward approach starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your financial needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or call 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Hi, this is Chris Pondo from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who just celebrated 10 years of sobriety, I am proud to be a part of a place that can provide an amazing opportunity for growth and freedom from active addiction. If you or a family member are battling addiction, there is hope. You are worth recovery. The incredible team of highly trained professionals at Illinois Recovery Center will provide the care and support that you need. A new beginning is ready for you at IRC in Swansea, Illinois. Start your journey now at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Hi, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. I'm about to tell you a little inside information about attorney advertising. Buyer beware. Around town, you'll see all kinds of billboards, commercials, and hear radio ads for personal injury law firms. But these billboard firms aren't what they appear to be. After every attorney ad you see or hear is this phrase: the choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't solely be based upon advertisements. There's a reason for that, because all firms are not created equal. What you probably don't know is that if you hire one of these big billboard law firms, you'll hardly ever talk to your lawyer. You don't know which lawyer you're going to get. Could be a first year or someone who's never even tried a case. Your case might even be shipped over to another firm. That's right, the firm you trusted your case to just flipped it to another firm. The bottom line is many of these huge firms are nothing more than a marketing machine who look at your case as a return on their advertising dollars. Many of the faces and names you see never go to court and never handle a case. At our firm, you get exactly what you thought you were getting. CD or myself on your case, both experienced trial lawyers who are in court every week. Don't trust your case with just anyone. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Jackson Bennett Burkett, Chairman Kurt with you. And Doug, welcome for the 20th anniversary gala. It's going to be magical. Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, Janine Lindemulder, Colby Rasmus, all coming by the studio today here at Hubbard Radio, St. Louis.
And not a word of that is true?
What?
No, not one of them is coming.
I think Colby might text in.
Oh.
Do we have anyone? Ella Reese. I think she went to bed 10 minutes ago.
So this starts year
21? Whatever
21?
reason, she's not hungry.
Oh.
It does start year 21, and you said your contract actually says you got to do, 30 more years, so that way you get to 50, and that'll be fun for you.
In 30 years, I'll be, 115, 120 or so?
120.
Yeah. So that'll be sweet. Can you imagine waking up at 5:30 every morning to do a radio show when you're 115 years old?
What about the exposure?
The exposure would still be nice.
See?
I suppose if you fast forward 100 years, there'll probably be people doing that.
How long do you think they'll be playing like Major League Baseball? Someone in their 60s?
Probably not, because the younger generation will be better than ever, too, probably.
Yeah, that's true. Well, could the same be said about radio?
Right.
Like, is there going to be like 25-year-olds who are just like, they're teasing?
Yeah, but they can get their own show.
Yeah, that's fair.
Jackson will be the youngest on the dais at like 77.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, how great was that? You do have 50. You do have 50 more years.
Still a kid. Yeah.
Get involved on the program, 636-9004-TMA. That's Collier and Thompson, sponsor of the phone lines. South City Sporting Goods, sponsor of the text inbox, and Design Air, sponsor of our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. And they're not happy already.
Oh, no. What is it?
Jackson, fix Tim's camera.
Oh, Jackson. Come on, man. 20 years in.
You got to get the cameras right 20 years in, don't you?
Are you asleep at the switch? What's happening?
He looks centered to me.
It's probably my head.
Oh. Is he on there now?
He wasn't not on there. That wasn't the issue. It was
wasn't
just
centered.
I had him cut off. His head was cut off a little bit. I think he's got too much headroom now. I got to fix that.
His chair's a little low.
Think your chair's lower today?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, would it be easier to raise a chair than to change the camera?
I'm fine. I'm looking at him. I'm right in the middle of the camera. They don't look at me anyway. What does it matter?
Oh, they do look at you. You're still eye candy.
Really cool of Ken to honor the St. Louis Rams Color Rush game. That's from the bastard James Hahn. I know a small percentage of the audience is watching on YouTube, but Iggy is wearing, I guess I would call that bright yellow, and it is reminiscent of the Rams and Buccaneers ketchup and mustard game, the final game played at the Dome before we got the Battlehawks.
And I'm wearing red, so it's like,
oh my God, we do have the ketchup and mustard
Very
game.
Similar,
yeah. I'm the Bucks.
That was the worst look I think I've ever seen on an NFL field.
It was pretty brutal.
The two worst uniforms.
And then they promptly left after that.
Yeah, they did.
They wore the worst uniforms ever and then left.
Yeah, and it was weird. Now, I know they didn't know what was going to wind up happening, but then they just left town and practiced in California because they were playing the 49ers. And I guess most franchises do that.
Yeah, they don't stick around and practice at their own facility.
Correct.
Especially with Jerry Jones, you know, a guy who's totally cool and it's just like he just loves football.
And we were lied to about that, too.
What makes you say that?
Yeah. We're just going out there because it's more convenient for it. Why fly all the way back? Geez, that would take 3 hours. Might as well spend a whole week out here.
Doug J. Hagen is in the YouTube chat and says, good morning, gents. Congratulations on 20 years. I'm listening this morning from I-70 in western Kansas, a neckbeard stronghold. Tell Rasmus I say, hey, so if you have a neckbeard, you know everybody else with a neckbeard?
That western Kansas area is beautiful. My dad grew up there, around Liberal, Kansas. I went there once as a kid. I thought, holy smokes, what happened to you? Small little town. A lot of wheat farmers out that way.
Good wheat?
Yeah, good wheat. Yeah, we eat a lot of bread, a lot of cereal.
I got a DM yesterday. It was very touching, I thought.
Is this concerned Liberal Kansas?
I think so.
No. Well, that guy just gave us a 20th anniversary shout out and said thank you for the years. So.
Okay.
This guy said, happy birthday to my favorite TMA personality. I'm going through a very hard time right now, and listening to you guys on the radio for 3 hours each morning makes my day. So that's very nice. We cheer people up.
Mm-hmm. Who was the favorite personality?
I'm not going to give his name out.
No, which one on the
Well,
show?
I guess he's talking about me.
Oh.
But he thanked everybody for making him laugh every morning when he's going through a hard time.
Okay. That's nice that we can do that.
That's what the show's all
cheers
about.
to
If you
that
can make
person.
somebody happy, that's all you try to do.
For every person we make happy, don't you think there's 10 to 12 that are bitterly disappointed with us?
Yeah, those are the ones that are on the TMA Reddit.
Oh.
They post just the opposite of what that gentleman sent me.
Right. So it's kind of a wash.
Yeah. So you get to you like those every once in a while.
Mhm.
So
The
thank
net impact is zero.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Made that guy happy.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you listen to the texts and emails, we make a lot of people very unhappy.
Yeah, the ratio isn't great, but
No.
We do look at you, Canary Boy. Take the sticker off your hat. You're not a 12-year-old. That's from the X in Espresso.
No, I like the sticker. 'Cause I think
I don't see a sticker.
I don't
Oh, it's
see a
on,
sticker
that's
up
on the
there.
right bill. I couldn't see it
I think
from
it's
my
like a
end.
100th anniversary thing or something.
Doug, do you see the sticker?
I see it.
I see
I just leave it
stickers.
on there.
That is canary yellow, for sure.
I like yellow.
Do you?
It took me forever to find a yellow quarter zip. I couldn't find one.
I like kitten and bunny.
Take that off. I just got whiplash from Iggy jerking the wheel back to him. Jesus, this guy's something else!
Gosh.
And they're not happy, especially Kwame Voyoukas the fourth. He is the fourth in the family of Voyoukases.
He was a big, tall guy. Center, power forward. He must have been, Ian Vayukas must have been 6'9" or 10, wasn't he?
Greek gentleman, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Good player.
Congrats on the 20 years. I've been listening since I was 16 and I'm now 35. This stupid show has completely impacted my personality, and that's why I'm a massive disappointment. But it's been fun. Stay cute, Doug. That's Lance Painter.
We ruined his golden years.
Cardinals. He was with the Rockies, too, wasn't he?
Lance Painter? I think so. I think that's where they got him from.
Ian Vayuka's 6'11".
Yeah, he's a tall drink of water.
Isn't that the guy who used to live by Biff?
Ian Vayukas?
Randy Choate.
Randy Choate. Okay. I've been listening every day for the last 5 years because I really hate myself, Doug. How about that?
You feel better about yourself when you hear us.
I guess that's probably true. Yeah, that's how we live.
At least I'm not one of them.
That's how we lift people's spirits. Get involved on the program. Collier and Thompson phone line 636-9004. TMA. South City Sporting Goods, sponsor of the text inbox, 314-881-TMA5, and email in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. Boy, I have to tip my cap to Iggy. Doug, yesterday I was looking at my forecast here on my phone as I was talking about Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of TMA, and it was just sunny. Just sunny. And then Iggy goes, oh, it's going to rain today. And then sure enough, kind of reminded me of South Florida. It was sunny out, but it was raining, and then it would increase the humidity exponentially. And I said, I was playing a practice round yesterday for the big event this weekend. Doug, ball's in the air at 10:45 today. I know you're going to be out there following us. I have two matches today. And I said, Iggy called it. This guy knows his weather. And it rained a couple different times. I mean, you have something. You have something.
It wasn't a big storm. I said not a storm, but it was like a shower here, then a shower there. It wasn't an all-day thing.
And the Doppler tells you all this is going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know what app you have there, but no rain. Just call me if you need a forecast.
Yeah, you take calls, and you'll give like a direct forecast?
For you, I will.
How about that?
Oh, gosh.
I see in the forecast for tomorrow, 40% chance of rain. Sunday, I mean, where did this come from? Sunday, 45%. Monday, 35%. Tuesday, storms, 55%. Wednesday, 55%. Is that because we got a major heat wave coming through, and that's just going to make the atmosphere unstable?
Probably so.
Yeah, a little bit of Hurricane Burl still around.
Oh, it's long gone.
Milton Burl?
No,
correct.
It's long gone.
And he was well hung, Doug?
I don't know. That was what
Left
everyone
and it
said.
came
I
back.
don't know how anybody knew that.
We had a storm. We had a hurricane in Bermuda did that. It passed us, and then it came back.
Yeah, like a boomerang, toomerang. Watch this boomerang.
It got hit twice.
Toomerang.
And they said they'd never seen that before. It passed us, the eye came
That's
through.
why we lasted 20 years, material like that.
Then it came back again.
Thank you for 20 years of service. It was an honor moderating the fan page. Especially fun was the lack of sleep, weight gain, loss of hair, and unsolicited DMs from the sads and fats. Doug, that's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen Craig Paquette. Sounds like he'd like to come back.
It'll certainly affect your hair loss. I mean, look at us. You think it's bad listening? You ought to be in the middle of all this.
Congrats on 20 years, boys. Crazy to think I'm only a month older than TMA, but it makes sense because I can remember TMA being in my life since I was 5, whether it was seeing Pops post on the inside of the STL page or just him having it on in the car everywhere we went. Thanks for legitimately being a part of my whole life. Cheers, Little Beer Cats. Doug, I mean, there's a 20-year-old man boy, and he's been listening to the show his entire life. It's kind of like Jackson. His father and brother introduced him to the show.
You think this fellow will be able to recover from it?
Yeah, it's a real generational program. It's passed down.
Is it really?
Like a love of baseball or a love of apple pie. We're just a slice of America.
But we don't do much.
That's what makes it so impressive. Is that we're just sitting
people
here
listen don't
gabbing.
either, so we fit right in.
I guess. We're having the same conversations they're having?
Sure.
Is that
Cheers
the
to
key?
you, Little Beer Cats.
Okay.
Doug, I've wasted the last 15 to 16 years listening to this stupid, did you say ribald?
Ribald, I think it's
Ribald or rebald?
R-I-B-A-L-D.
That's right. Show. But you sluts do make me giggle. Congrats on keeping the content fresh and the audience wanting more. That's from Mitch. Hands down, the most beautiful breasts I've ever seen, and then it comes Steen.
Gosh. That goes back to when Iggy was fooled by a transvestite on a porn page. Is that right?
She fooled me.
Gotcha.
I'm 4 months younger than TMA, but I've loved Doug since day one. That's from the Springfield Mud Tosser. Isn't it nice that a 20-year-old boy is...
No, I don't need any mud tossers.
Congrats on 20 years, boys, and thanks for taking Ken in. It's from Arbor Day, like a rescue service.
I was thinking about this the other day. Maybe yesterday, I don't know. When things changed. I remember when Tim brought me on, and it started with I filled in for Sea Monster for a week.
You were part of the show when we were at 1380.
Well, I mean, bits and pieces there, here and there. I was never a major part of the show. But as far as
I remember when you became like a real part of the show, which I think has been the case since that date.
Yeah,
it was 2016,
like the last 7 years or so.
Yeah, 8 years.
And that's when I filled in for Sea Monster, and then you came.
No,
I think it was.
No, because we were coming over from 920 to KFNS, and we were asked if we would like to have you on the show, and I wanted to check with everybody on the show if that was the case, and everybody was on board. And then you joined Sea Monster back when we were in that studio. We were only there for a handful of months, I feel like, and St. Charles was like in an apartment complex.
Yeah,
Remember
it was
that?
weird. You know, it was way the hell out in St. Charles. Pull up to somebody's apartment. Here we are. Huh?
Out by the Katy Trail.
I mean, it was way out there.
Well, I must be mistaken because I just remember.
I mean, that's easy.
Well, I think it happened. You announced it at, I think, the Timber Fake Ryan Kelly when they announced their boxing match, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know on that, but I just remember the studio, but I remember having that conversation because you never know if somebody's got an issue with somebody. I have no idea, so that's why I remember checking with the boys. Doug always has problems with people. Yeah. That's the thing about Doug.
Yeah, I'm prickly.
Yeah, you, Ackerman, and so I remember that 26 because I guess the show that was on at KFNS and Morning Drive before we got there in 2016. I think you were a part of that. I think. Maybe? I don't know.
I was part of, I think that was Dan Buffa.
Doug, was it Dan Buffa?
I just don't know which Dan it was.
But I did the show, before you came on, I was doing a show with Brennan Schaefer, Rockio, and I always forget the guy's name, Joe something or other.
Joe Pelusi.
Davis.
Oh, yeah, producer Joe.
No, he was a board up.
Joe Davis.
No, good dude, though. And the four of us were doing. We called
Joe
it
De Niro.
We called it Behind the Glass.
Oh.
And I think when you came in, you asked me to be part of the show.
I remember it vividly, September 2016, because I was a freshman in college. It was like my first week listening, and I was listening to TMA, and they brought Iggy on. I was like, this guy is offense. This guy is dynamite.
No, you better believe it.
So September 2016, I remember vividly. That's when you became a full.
I specifically recall going, this is going to be good for the show. I hope that for whatever reason, there wouldn't be a problem amongst the members of the program with the idea. And obviously, there wasn't.
But I think I liked everybody on the show.
I know, but you know how things can be. So, obviously, there were no issues, and it improved the program. No question. Doug, what a huge development already. I mean, I told you, Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, Janine Lindemulder, and Colby Rasmus all going to be on the show, but I had no idea that Bruce in New York was going to join the program right now, Doug, on the Collier and Thompson phone lines. Bruce, good morning.
Hi, boys. How we doing?
Oh, Bruce, it's great to hear from you.
It's been a while. I've been very busy. You know, life just gets in the way. Tim, you know that. You've got the boys.
Got the boys.
And yes, my boys have grown. They're in school now full time, so we do get a respite throughout the day, and we do have a full time nanny now. We have an au pair living with us.
Have you?
And she came over from Belgium, and she's just darling, like lovely girl. And you know, the bonus of an au pair living with two queens is that no one's trying to bang her. So it's always.
You know what, Doug? You got to think it through it.
Yeah.
We're not after anything except her help with the boys, and it's just lovely. But no, I really wanted to say that I am so proud of everybody. 20 years is just something, especially in St. Louis, where the media, I mean, it churns over so much. I remember my dad listening to, I think it was Craig Hawksley back in the day. I don't remember.
Sure.
But moving around stations and everything, and there's always new people, and you guys have stayed so consistent. It's unbelievable. I wanted to tell my story about my first listen when I cracked my TMA or the morning grind virginity, if you don't mind.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I like it. I like a good story, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is really funny. When I first graduated from Mizzou in 2004, I lived at home with the parents in Clayton, And my first job out of college was I was planning weddings over at the Coronado Ballroom. I was helping with that over down by SLU on Lindell. And I would always take back roads there every morning. And I was driving my dad. He had a Chrysler Concorde. Do you remember those, Doug? I'll bet you drove one.
Yeah, no, I didn't drive one, but I remember it.
Sure, big old boat, right? It had a nice little sound system in it. I think it was a Bose 6-way. And we would drive. I would go there in the morning. And my older brother, he worked for Enterprise. He was one of those boys that wore the suits and washed cars and did all that. And so, I think he made $20,000 a year, and he partied like a rock star. And all he did was listen to this program. So he comes over for dinner one night because he lives in an apartment. He comes over and he's like, "Oh my God, there is this new show, and these guys are wacky. Like, this is not your typical sports talk." And at the time, I was only into, like, the hardcore sports. Like, I wanted to talk about football and basketball and everything. And I'm like, I'll give it a try. And on day 3 of listening to the program, the cat has a problem with Enterprise. And he had rented a car, and something went horribly wrong, and I don't remember the exact situation. But I called my brother, and I'm like, "Cortland, you're never going to believe this." I'm like, Cortland. This is exactly your life. You have to turn this on." And he goes, "Oh, buddy, I've been listening, and all of my boys here are listening, and we think it's hilarious." And one of them called in. So one of his coworkers had actually called in to confront the cat about his rental on the air. And I'm like, this is what I like. This is real talk, no BS. And we're not just there listening to a bunch of boys talk about who's going to be the backup shortstop for the Cardinals. I think I can get down with this. When I started moving, though, this was the 2000s. There was no streaming or anything, so I would have to get updates from him. Like somebody in the Civil War would get updates from their family at home. He would tell me about the morning grind and keep me up to speed. And then I had Inside STL, which I could look at Girls Next Door and all those fun things. And I was actually thinking, like, well, I'd love to plan for these guys someday, but ended up moving Melbourne and now New York, and here we are.
Yeah. Well, that's quite a little story.
Well, how about that? And your brother Cortland worked at Enterprise?
Yes, Cortland. He was one of those management trainees right out of school. He played college sports, so of course they recruited him. And when he got there, I remember he would have these dirty white shirts all the time that he would throw around my parents' house when he still lived at home, and I would come home to visit. And I'm like, "What are you doing with your life?" I'm like, "You are wearing a shirt and tie. You get them sucked up in the vacuum, like trying to vacuum out a car. Why are you vacuuming cars in a suit?" And he's like, "Well, they promise you that you will have your own career and be making $100K within 5 years." And I was like, "Okay, gotcha, buddy. They're having you wash cars to make $100K. I understand." And he was there a very short time. I think got some partying out of his system, and then went and worked in the real world. But yeah, that was my first TMA story. So how's everything else in St. Louis?
Oh, it's fine here. You still hitting the party scene pretty hard there in New York?
Yeah. What do you have a catering business out in the Hamptons?
No, Westchester. We're in Westchester County now. So now that the boys are getting a little older, we wanted to get out of the city. So we're in Westchester County. I do travel into the city pretty much every day because our office is now in Midtown. We've grown a little bit. And we're still doing parties, though, all over the U.S. and a little bit internationally, too, but mostly all over the U.S. To where, we are actually splitting time. We end up down there. Jacob and I will go to Austin, and we're spending a lot of time down in Austin because there has become quite a party scene down there. We did some stuff for Joe Rogan, and a few of the comedians down there, we've planned some parties for them. So life has changed a lot. The party business has changed a lot since 2004, but here we are.
Oh, it's quite a little life you've carved out for yourself, isn't it?
Quite the life, quite the little life. Who would have thought it? A little boy at Mizzou, early 2000s, just trying to fit in with getting hazed, and here we are.
Who hazed you?
Oh, everybody, Doug. Oh. Everybody. But mainly that gentleman that used to stand in Speaker Square and tell me I was going to hell. That guy hates me.
That guy. Yeah, probably a listener. Probably more of a one-on-one guy.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, by the way. I know he's passed.
Oh. How old are the boys now?
Oh, gosh. So they're turning 9, and we're very excited because we love to host a good party. So in October, they'll be 9. So we're going to really blow it out. You're going to see the biggest balloon arches you've ever seen in your life. Kenny, I promise.
How about that, Iggy? You've never seen balloon arches this size?
I haven't, no.
And your relationship is still solid? You're staying off the dating apps and everything?
Oh, yes. I mean, we fight like cats and dogs, Doug. But you've been married for a long time. You understand how that works. No, we love each other very much, and the boys have actually brought us closer. We do like raising them, even with the au pair. We want to be there at the soccer games, and Jacob actually was not the sporty one when we got into our relationship, but he is now taken an interest in soccer, and he is even coaching Prescott's team. So the Beaumont and Prescott ended up on different teams. Beaumont's a little more advanced and has done better, so Prescott's on one of those low teams, and Jacob took a real liking to coaching that one. So that's what he's been up to.
Nice. Coach Jacob.
You sent us a picture of that au pair.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, Iggy, because I don't want it to get all yucky.
I like that. Yeah, don't let the picture get yucky.
She is a lovely girl, just lovely, and a very, very nice soul. I mean, very old soul. She would sit and have wine with Jacob and I after the boys have gone to bed, and we could just talk to her about anything. It's so funny living vicariously through a foreign exchange girl who's living outside of New York, because on her weekends off, when we'll travel with the boys and go see my sister in D.C. or Jacob's family on the West Coast, she, goes into the city and really lives it up. And to hear those stories, it's like Carrie Bradshaw 2024, because she is definitely a hot little number, and all of the finance bros with their vests are all asking for her number.
With their vests.
So it is that's what's going on with her, and we could live vicariously through her stories all day. Unfortunately, she goes home in November, because as you know, with au pairs, it's a 1-year program at a time.
Right.
So we'll be getting a new one unless we can convince her to pick up her life and stay here for good, which, cross my fingers, I think there's a chance.
Oh, good. That'd be great.
I think there's a chance. And if that happens, I'll send her to St. Louis. She can maybe be the revival of The Girl Next Door.
Oh, Doug, wouldn't it be nice to bring that back?
Well,
now,
that's
Tim,
up to
can I
you.
ask you a question?
I am taking questions today.
Okay, so can you talk just a little bit about when I remember a program, I think it was like the Late Night Score.
Yeah, wow, very successful.
Yeah, so when you put that together, what was the thinking? Like, what was the thought behind it? Because I actually thought it was a lot of fun, but you could tell it wasn't going to last by about show 3 or 4.
Right, yeah. There was one host who was sideways with the other 3 hosts, and the producer.
Oh, no.
The producer was the nonling. Kelly Chase was a fan of a show in, I believe, Tampa, Bruce, that was an all-female sports talk show. And Kelly
lovely.
Chase is still a shareholder in Inside STL, and he was really high on the idea of doing the same thing in St. Louis. And so we had an audition process. I think, and this isn't a shot at the other participants on the program, but that's where we discovered Sarah Bruce. Doug, you remember Sarah B?
I do, sure.
Who legitimately was incredibly talented. And still, I mean, she worked with Jay and producer Joe and continued to work, just very smart, quick wit. And then this program, Bruce, they had some issues. One host wanted to take the show one direction, and then the other 3 didn't really care for the way she went about things. And then, unfortunately, Doug, you were at this one at Helen Fitzgerald's, I think. Maybe around 11:30, and I think it was maybe the 7th show. So unfortunately, usually you like a show to last at least 10 shows before somebody quits on the air. But in this case, she grabbed the microphone. She was going to make her big speech, resigning because she was frustrated with the other 3 hosts, and I believe they had a fight in the parking lot the night before. But then the nonling swiped the microphone from her.
Oh, did he?
He did. Yeah. Huge save. And she was not able to make her big speech. And
oh my goodness!
Yeah,
drama.
Yeah, a lot of drama, Bruce. You're exactly right.
I think I know who you're talking about, but like the Go-Go's, my lips are sealed.
Nice. How about that, Belinda Carlisle? You call her Bindi? You call her Bindi?
Call her Bindi Carlisle. Yeah,
No,
very tight.
Oh, what a minx Belinda Carlisle was.
Okay.
I have to tell you, again, when you live with a straight older sister and a straight older brother, you get to kind of hear these things. And I remember my older brother was a big fan of Belinda. What was this song? Heaven is a Place on Earth.
Oh, my goodness. Heaven is a place on the... Circle in the Sand, Doug? Did you like Circle in the Sand?
I'm sure, I liked all those tunes.
All right. Doesn't sound like you're really invested, though.
I can definitely see Doug cruising Lake of the Ozarks, or in his case, probably cruising South Beach, late 80s, just pumping Belinda Carlisle.
Right.
Clip it off.
Well, what were you there? You nailed it.
Yes, I know you too well, and you probably had a little mustache.
You can see that.
Could never grow that.
Little catcher.
Could never grow the mustache.
4-inch inseam bathing suit. Am I right?
Well, maybe
short
that.
shorts.
Maybe that. Yeah.
Yes, I'm thinking about it now. Just so you know.
Well, I'm one of the straights, so just move right along.
Bruce, it's so wonderful to hear from you.
Yes, it's so great to talk to you guys. And again, congratulations, Tim. I know this is so much work. And I will try to catch up next time in St. Louis so we can grab tea.
Wouldn't that be nice to grab tea with Bruce, Doug? Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Bruce,
Bruce.
he's in New York, now in Westchester County, but he's been married to Jacob for a long time. And God, it's hard to believe that Beaumont and Prescott are turning 9.
9. I remember they were babies just a short time ago.
Okay, interesting.
Doug, we just got this sent in. My mother wishes you a happy 20th anniversary. That comes from Mother. This is Daniel.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The wishes are coming from all corners of life.
Are there any other shows in St. Louis that have been on 20 years right now?
With a cast?
Yeah, because like Sports Open Line wouldn't count. Right?
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Randy Carricker's been on a long time.
Yeah.
Different stations a couple of times.
The Woody and Rizzuto show. I would imagine that's got to be. Riz took it over when Woody went to L.A. in 2000. Was that 2013?
I don't know the years, Tim.
Doug? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like you might be the expert on this one.
No, I was thinking. I don't believe so. I don't believe like 550. I don't know how long Millhaven's been on the air. It hasn't been 20 years, I don't think.
Most people eventually get other jobs and move along. That's the problem. We've been unable to find regular employment.
That's correct. That's correct.
Not for lack of trying.
That's right.
No,
I'm out there. I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Right.
What a team. What a ride. What a dais. I attribute my lack of progress in my life and my tiny pecker to this godforsaken show. Congrats on 20 and cheers to 20 more, you twinks. That's from Little Tommy Tribbins, Doug, and he's out there in the parking lot just riding around on a trike.
Yeah, trike. So
Do we halt the puberty process just by
I believe
being on
that's
the
what
air?
happened.
20 years from now, I'll be gone. Doug will be gone. Jackson will be married with probably 3 kids.
I could see 4, Jackson.
Working in
I could see
investment
4.
banking.
Yeah. You better be working in investment banking if you have 4 kids.
Tim will be retired, living down in Palm Beach.
Oh, wow, something must have happened if I got to Palm Beach.
Or Jupiter.
Okay.
And KG will be successful somewhere in his mid-60s. Oh, you'll be almost 70, won't you, KG?
Be 60.
Yeah, right at 60.
Yeah, a few years from retirement for you, but you'll be fine.
Yeah, but I got a late start, so I plan on doing this for a long time.
Oh,
there you go.
It's a shame.
Whoa, Doug, what?
No, I mean, that's good. It's a shame for other industries.
It'll be the morning after, starring KG in O-Town, and who knows who you'll have on.
Chaps Ritter, I imagine.
Oh, Chaps Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a finance pro now, isn't he?
I think so.
Guys, I've been with the show all 20 years, and I'm not sure what I would do with my mornings. That's from Painter Guy. I remember after you left 590 The Man, the show was off for 3 months before starting up at 920. I had show withdrawals. You guys are like a heroin addiction. That's a compliment. That's from Phil the Peacock, P-H-Y-L, by the way.
I'm sure we have killed a few people.
They don't know what this one means. Thank you for the 20 years. I've been listening since the beginning, and you guys have gotten me through some hard times. That's from Stinky from Como.
That's nice.
Again, I'm enjoying the show.
Lou Brock loved
I just
it.
don't know if you can believe any of this.
What? I bet this caller hits his 7-iron further than Jackson does. That's from Mr. Siders. God bless us all.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how well Bruce strikes the ball.
Didn't he say he was living down in Chelsea? Because they have that pier right there where you can hit balls.
Like the Chelsea
into.
Pier, they do. That's right.
You just hit balls into the river?
No, it's like
it kind of looks like a Top-Golf.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's been a bunch
It's on
of
the west side of Manhattan. Doug, what films has that been in?
I don't
Was
know.
that in the film with Matt Damon and Emily Blunt? Oh, God. Who else was in that movie?
was definitely in The Departed.
Oh, it was in The Departed?
Yeah, because Baldwin, and that's where Baldwin says his theory on marriage, where it's like people know that someone can stand you and that your penis works.
If you get married, that's the tell?
Right, yeah. And then Matt Damon says,
So you can't get married if your penis doesn't work?
Ideally, yeah. I mean, probably.
Who's going to want to marry if your penis doesn't work?
Yeah,
Think about that, Doug.
Well, they do have things like surgery and pills and things.
You can get a surgery to make your penis work?
Yeah.
Really?
They can
Is that
put
right?
in pumps and things.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
How do you control it? Like with a
I'm not sure about that.
little remote control?
Butter me up, Daddy.
I'm just
Ready,
not
honey?
sure.
Okay, let me move it up.
Don't make that sound, please.
Good morning. I used to have the sex, but then I started listening to your show about 20 years ago. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Thanks for all the laughs and knuckle children over the years. It's from the unknown DJ. So this guy was having sex, started listening to the show, stopped, and now he just masturbates.
Oh,
I didn't realize the cause and effect.
that could be an all too frequent occurrence.
You guys undermine what you guys do, but this nitwittery really helps people to get up in the morning, to get through their crappy jobs, and to tolerate their lingering wives. You like that term? Their lingering wives.
Lives just won't go away.
But for real, it's a big part of a lot of people's lives, and all of you guys are extremely talented. Good on yous. Doug, that's from our Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month, June 2023. That's caller Buzz.
Oh, was that who it was from?
That's nice.
Are we sure you didn't mean fingering wives?
Yeah, that's true. Just one consonant, the whole thing changes.
It got me through terrible times in my life when I was working at The Woman. I'd listen to your show every morning.
And email in.
Yeah. My shows are going on. I'm just sitting in my cubicle listening to your show.
I've been listening since 2005. It's been like a religion. Every morning I listen. That's from Jonathan Titsworthy. You know, Titsworthy's been listening for 19 years?
Didn't know that. Don't know him.
Guys, this show lasted twice as long as my marriage, and it's twice as fun, too. That's from Augustus, James, and Anus.
See, he had a lingering wife, and finally she left.
Could have been a fingering wife.
Yeah.
What percentage of marriages do you think include regular occurrences in which the wife digitally pleasures the husband?
Gosh.
What do you think, 40%? 45%?
I don't know.
0.
Well, we know at least one.
Well, I don't count him because he lies, so.
Joe, as you would call them, MFFs.
Yeah. Male, female.
Correct.
As opposed to the more popular male, female.
That's not the more popular one.
Ah, the good old days. Fresh Tail Fridays, meetups at our bar, and Dr. Kenneth Noisewater on the Inside STL message board. Congrats to 20 years, Doug. That's from KSDK's own Larry Thornton. Fun to see him reach across the aisle from KSDK to KMOV.
We don't really do the Fresh Tail Friday anymore.
Maybe we should bring it back today. Tail, call in.
How do you think they'd handle that in the rest of the office here? It was one thing when we were in a little apartment complex in St. Charles. It's another when you're in a professional office building. It's a little harder to get away with some of that stuff.
What's the R bar?
That was a bar in the Grove. I don't know what's there now. Opened, was that 2007?
I don't know the years, Tim.
And, well, we have a little anecdote from there now that you asked that question, Jackson. I hadn't thought about it. But I believe earlier in the day, and I think this was the very brief Bob Fesco era on the show. A lot of people say that was the best era.
Yeah, bring it back.
I had wondered aloud, had a lot of time to fill, if a gentleman in the world would carve a landing strip in his pubis.
Oh.
And producer Joe, who was not working on the show at the time, but I guess was listening, just like he does still now. I believe, I don't know, I guess he would have texted me then because this was 2007. He said, I have a landing strip. And then he showed two ladies in a bathroom at the R Bar his landing strip.
Two of them. They came out screaming?
Just for confirmation.
He dropped his drawers in the bar properly?
I, unfortunately, didn't get to see it. But I'm like, what are the chances that I just thought maybe, somebody over in France, most likely, would have a landing strip, a gentleman.
Yeah.
And then it was our former producer, and he would return a few months later to be our producer. Producer Joe would carve a landing strip.
Was it like a carving knife?
How else do you make your landing strip so she...
I've got a landing strip.
Right there.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to take a picture of it as opposed to show two live witnesses there at the bar?
Was this the same night he went to the stripper's bullpen instead
No,
of
that
the
was
bathroom?
a totally different evening. That evening, I think, Doug, was that the KFNS Christmas party in which Martin Kilcoyne stood up, and this was the Atlanta ownership group, and Martin, I mean, he'll cut a bitch. He'll cut a bitch real nice like. And he stood up, grabbed the microphone, and, there were good tidings, even though the place was probably losing, I don't know, a couple $100,000 a month. And any opportunity to get together and, hold your keys up and go to the strip bar, it was going to be a celebration for him. But Martin grabbed the microphone. People thought he was going to give a toast. Mm-hmm. Our program director's wife did not live in St. Louis. But she was in town for this event, and I recall Martin, with his glass in the air, said, I also want to thank our program director. Just met his wife. I know you're not really familiar with him, but I can tell you that Mike Martz, who was very unpopular at the time, was about to get fired, is very grateful that your husband has chosen to move to St. Louis because that ensures that he is not the least popular man in town.
Oh.
And he just, like I said, cut a bitch. So then later that evening, Doug, and I don't know if you were with us or not, we went to Hollywood Nights, which I think, is that Scarlett's now? Is that Scarlett's behind the Hustler Club
I don't know
in Washington Park?
I don't know.
We're looking at property there. And we were waiting. We're like, I thought producer Joe was going to be here. And then sure enough, I mean, like a wrestler in Royal Rumble, all of a sudden the door opens and he just comes bolting to the ring. But the ring, unfortunately, he thought was going to be the men's restroom. Mm-hmm. But alas, it was where the strippers changed. And he just went right in there with purpose. And his eyes were wide open like Koepka at a Panthers game. And he just bolted right into the women's locker room. And then about 3 seconds later, you see him bolt right out after there were screams of horror. There's a gentleman with a landing strip. I also believe that was the same evening in which former Billiken basketball player, now friend of Stan Kroenke, Chris Sloan, said to me, if your general manager doesn't stop hitting on me, I'm going to knock his ass out.
Oh,
so all of those things. Yeah, it was a big night. A lot of great things. It's the glamour of the industry. And these are the things. I know these come off as humble brags.
Is it weird that strippers who are about to walk on stage and take all their clothes off in front of a couple dozen people suddenly scream if one guy walks backstage and they might be partially naked?
Well, what if he has a landing strip?
Right.
Is that what they were screaming about?
Well, I think he had to pee, so maybe, I don't know.
Oh. Maybe they just directed
Yeah, the naughty little girl I was.
Oh, she wasn't there, was she?
Is that Dillian?
Yeah, she was at Iggy's crib.
Doug, this comes from Dotem, and I know you wanted to hear from him here on the 20th anniversary. Happy anniversary, boys. This show has been the soundtrack of my morning every day for the last 15 years, which explains why I'm so high-functioning and into penetrating my wife's male relatives.
Oh.
Love you, Doug. That's from Deke Dotem.
Oh, gosh.
I didn't know he was penetrating more than one of his wife's relatives.
Did he say male relatives?
Yeah. What else would it be?
He's a big part of the show.
My favorite show you all did was from the minor league park in Illinois, where after about 20 minutes they decided your show was not good enough and started blaring War Pigs over the PA system.
They did.
Also, the remote kept dropping after Doug found a wire in his lap that was plugged into nothing. And Prod Joe was forced to conduct a one-on-one interview with Joe Strauss. That was so awkward, I had to turn it off. Doug, that's from the Dogtown Astrovan.
I remember that. We did get to take batting practice that day. That was the Gateway Grizzlies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a rogue wire that was not plugged in.
Did you think it was like a bomb?
Yeah, I think so. I figure if there's a wire hanging around, it probably should be plugged into something.
Ideally.
We don't decorate with just wires and cables.
If it's connected to one, then it probably should be connected to another.
I would think so, yes, absolutely.
You can get involved as well, 636-9004-TMA. You can use the South City Sporting Goods text inbox, as many are choosing to do, to text into the program, 314-881-TMA5. And the TMA hat, which I had resting on my mic. Doug, do you have it over there?
No.
It's my nurse. Oh, it's hanging on the door.
Oh, okay.
Iggy, can you grab the TMA hat directly behind you? Because we have these brand new hats. And I think this is the one that's selling the best, according to Billy Bixon down with the Pilgrims. Do you have the data? For those watching on YouTube, here it is.
Yeah, that one is for sure doing the best.
Is that right? How about that? TMASTLshop.com. Everything is 20% off. I think the key, which Jackson observed, is the patch. Because it's embroidered. Doug, it's a patch.
Raised.
Press it. You see, it's raised.
Yeah,
it's not like...
Okay, it's raised. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm wearing the same model right now, just without the patch, and there's a discernible difference. We made the right move with the patch.
Okay.
Yeah, tip of the cap to Mike Flanagan, Billy Bixon. TMASTLshop.com is where you can get these TMA hats. There's a bunch of different colors. I think 5 different options for you, plus different fits as well. Everything is 20% off in the TMA shop, including 20th anniversary T-shirts, hoodies. It's all there for you. 20% off. No promo code needed. TMASTLshop.com. People have wanted hats. We've got them. Chairman Kurt has been working on it with Billy Bixon and Mike Flanagan. Jackson picks out the fashions, and then they just implement the strategy. And we yield to the young boys' fashion sense. And he likes the rope hats. Are you surprised the gray hat's doing better than your rope hat?
Little, but I think the gray hat's really sharp too. I think it's an easier color to match stuff up with, gray and white, as opposed to navy. So I understand. I get that, but I think the rope hat will continue to do well.
Rope hat's a close second. It's doing well as well.
Yeah, right.
Also,
Yeah, right.
Are they all mesh?
No. They're all snapbacks.
But I mean, they all have that mesh on the side of the hat?
Not all of them.
Okay, because I'm not big on mesh.
Oh, no.
I'm not getting one anyway.
Big endorsement. I shook Tim's hand at the 10-year anniversary party at the AB Beer Garden. Best day of my life. I still haven't washed that hand, Doug. That's from Clark W. Griswold.
Wash it. That was a good party, though.
That was a good party, wasn't it? And then we went to Truman's afterwards.
Yeah. And I walked around most of the night with a piece of paper that someone stuck to my back that said, kick me or something. I don't know what it said.
More likely, kiss me.
I think that's probably what it was. How hot is that? Did anybody take you up on it?
No, I had a few awkward encounters, however. I didn't know what they were talking about until I got home and realized I had a sign plastered on my back.
I missed all the good parties. I missed all the good parties. I think I was at a couple of the Girl Next Doors, judged a couple. I think I was still working there with one of them.
You may have been swinging down in the Caribbean.
It's possible.
No, I just wasn't working on the show.
You got to call the fights?
Yeah, you were on the broadcast of some fights.
Yeah,
with
but
Larry
I mean
Nichols.
parties where you went to like nightclubs and stuff like that. I couldn't even go to the KFNS parties, Christmas parties. They always had the thing on a Thursday, and I bowled on Thursdays.
No.
And the one you're talking about where Martin gave the speech, I couldn't go because I bowled. I come back the next day, and everybody's got these windbreakers and jackets, and they give away big screen TVs, and I didn't get a jacket. When I said, "Where's the jacket?" "Oh, you had to be there to get it." I said,
Yeah.
"What do you mean I had to be there? I work here."
Skip bowling.
Yeah, they were stingy.
Congrats on 20 years, boys. Maybe Wellington can phone in since his guy withdrew from the Open Championship. Hensby's a horse's ass for doing it. So Mr. 63011, why did he withdraw, Doug? I know you monitored the...
I didn't monitor.
No, I saw that. He
What
withdrew.
happened?
I don't know.
He must have got hurt or sick.
John Daly. I don't even know why John Daly even plays in these things anymore. He plays and then withdraws. He's withdrawn like the last 3 majors he's played in.
He probably likes the trips out there and the parties.
Well, he knows he can't walk 18 holes, so he just plays and then quits.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Hensby quit. I checked. It didn't have a reason why he quit. Or withdrew, I'm sorry.
This show has done for radio what pantyhose have done for finger banging, but I listen every day. That's from Mary Jensen's hair gel.
It's like an ACT
Goodness
question.
sakes. I don't see the parallel.
In honor of 20 years, I'll fire off the same text 20 times. Hump me, Doug. That's from Caleb Mandrake's stepdad.
Stop it, Caleb. Stop that.
Tim, I can't believe you guys didn't schedule your promotional events around Iggy's bowling schedule. That's from the 217. Is that Champaign? Is that
I
Springfield?
don't know where it is.
No, it wasn't.
Couldn't
10.
they have just
It was the
taken your
stations.
average and counted that as your score on that bowling night?
No, they wouldn't. You get your average minus a certain amount, so it would have been less than what I would have bowled.
Yeah.
No, I took my bowling seriously back then, and I really don't want to go anyway.
Oh, why not?
It's just like the ESPN trip I took. It's for the free gifts.
You don't enjoy the coworkers?
I do. I see them every day. I didn't really care for management.
Okay.
Doug, perhaps the best tribute, though, so far in our Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour has come from Angry Anthony Pagano. Bear with me. There are, I'd say, about 30 texts. So enjoy.
He's mad?
No, I think it depends on, I guess, how you interpret it. But okay. I think it's a wonderful tribute from Angry Anthony Pagano. Take a listen, if you would. KG, if you don't start talking and shine, Iggy will ruin this. You got the game, KG. Stop him. Oh, my God, we are discussing his urine habits. KG, start talking, please. He will destroy the show. He looks like a man who couldn't tell me who won bowling last weekend. I want dibs on Jack Boy at the orgy. He is such an attention whore. He's sick in the head. Please bring Maddie in and replace this idiot. He's about to retire. It's happening like a president needs something to be proud. Sounds so similar. 25 is the number. Stop sucking yourself. And now the show shifts. ND stops. OMG. No, 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 no. Don't get sucked into this. The show can be ruined. Stop, please. Iggy, I'm out. He ruined the 20th. Shame show. Pre-order. Yeah, Bruce calls. What a fake effing show. Let's have a humble brag where Learn steps in and Mick tells everyone he's golf with Buck. What an ass. WTF, WTF, WTF. Never thought about killing myself, but this is brutal. Climbing up a ladder as we speak, kicking the stool. Rope broke. I'm a fat. Do suffer. I must. What the F is happening? Vote Trump now. Stop this. What a disgusting, disappointing anniversary. I can confidently state my whole will not be at the orgy. I waited up 20 hours. I'm utterly disgusted and disappointed in it. What is happening? It's 20 years. Read all the good stuff, douche. Why would I expect anything but a crap show? Doug, that's angry Anthony Pagano. And I call that to the audience a little peek behind the curtain if you never believe me.
Call in, Anthony.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, that was all separate.
Have a great day, buddy. I love you.
All separate texts? Just one right after the next?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, he's been busy.
What a life this loser must have.
It's just a little peek behind the curtain for the audience.
I shouldn't
That's
say
my
loser.
gift on the 20th anniversary.
I'm not going to say anything because he did say he thought about killing himself, and we don't want you to do that. So I don't want to put you over the edge.
636-9004 TMA, and you also can text in 314-881-TMA5 and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Design Air has been with us now for close to a decade, I think. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Doug is a client. I am a client, and Iggy is a client. Why don't you become a client as well? If you run into any heating and cooling issues, work with Seth Goldcamp and his staff at DesignAirService.com, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Work with Seth Goldcamp and his staff. They've been doing it now for decades. Seth's fourth generation. No upselling. It's Seth Goldcamp, Design Air Heating and Cooling. Doug, Munganast is a sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour. What do you love about Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota?
Well, I love the cars that they sell. They've got those Acuras, which are just as good as any car out there on the road. They also own Alton Toyota, and the Toyotas run forever. Great cars. They got me driving a Toyota Highlander right now. It's just purrs. It's a fantastic SUV. It's got that third row seat. Great car, the Highlanders. And the service is also what's so good, because no matter what you drive, at some point, your car is going to need service, and you're not going to know where to go, and you're going to worry, are they charging me for something I don't need? No worries at all with that with Munganast. You go in, nicest people, professional people, they'll get you taken care of. Every time you go, you'll walk out saying, this has just been a fabulous experience. And they have fantastic snick snacks.
Yeah, it's all StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota sponsor the 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Saw James Carlton last night. He was very kind regarding the show and all of the years the program has been on, and he has been a longtime sponsor of the program, and I am now a longtime client of James Carlton. Been 5 years now, and he is online at carltoninsurance.net, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. You go online and type his name into Google, and you see 378 5-star reviews for James and his team. Online at carltoninsurance.net. The customer service, always looking out to save you money as well. James Carlton and his team in Webster Groves. 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton. He is with State Farm. All right, we will close out the Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. You are listening to the 20th anniversary program of TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Hey everyone, CD Longo from Longo Biggs Injury Law here. We want to make it clear, if you get injured and you hire us, Doug or I will be your attorney. You may speak with our staff, but the majority of the communication will be with us. We get to know our clients, we become friends with our clients, and we feel a responsibility to get the best outcomes. We're happy to say that we consistently get compensation on our cases that is much higher than the national and local average. If you need help, find all of our information at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circus Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rake. Circus Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hey, it's Jackson. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, saving for retirement and college, while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you are starting your financial planning or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a financial strategy. His straightforward approach starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your financial needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or call 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority, bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
And wolf?
Oh, a wolf. Ooh!
What about the tiny dog? Cat? Owl? Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale?
Yeah, whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy. With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan. Check out the latest episode available now. As Riz and Tim explore one of the most bizarre conspiracy theories ever. The claim that Finland doesn't exist? I know, what the... Dive into the wild story that suggests this Nordic country is a fabrication in how this strange idea involves Japan, Russia, and Nokia. Hello, meet the Monet. Watch or listen to the latest Stupiracy now on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503 and by Brown and Crouppen 222-2222 or getbc.com.
You gotta be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
So good.
Okay. I don't know.
Pride. 19. So good.
It's just not that great.
I think we're going to have a rematch. Cardinals and Royals.
That'd be fun.
October 2024.
I would take that.
Royals are 9 games over 500.
Yeah, they got one of the best players in the game in Bobby Witt Jr.
Proud member of the Southside Seamen.
Is he?
Did you see the night he needed a single for the...
Then he got thrown at for the cycle.
They threw him for the cycle and they hit him in the back.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, Big Salvi wasn't happy.
Sally Perez.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time and still getting it done.
Wears a C on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
He does wear the C on his chest, doesn't he?
Yeah. Back to this.
Back to this.
It's enough Royals chatter.
The Cardinals and Natitude tonight.
Mm-hmm. Natitude got no hit yesterday.
Dylan Cease.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Throwing 100 miles an hour in the 9th inning.
Nice.
Yeah, pitch 110, throws at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, gosh.
Even the Pirates that had taken him out.
Well, maybe Cardinals too. Do the Cardinals have a complete game yet this year? I don't think they do.
No, they won't.
Not even close, I don't believe.
A couple guys making the 7th, probably. Yeah. Maybe Sonny Gray won the 8th one time.
It is the 8 o'clock hour here on TMA, 20th anniversary program. And Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, Janine Lindemoller, and Colby Rasmus are going to be in studio between now and 10 o'clock. Doug, I am on the tee at 10:45. You're going to be out there watching. That'll be fun.
I won't be there.
So Jackson and I will not be doing Balloon Party today. That pisses Jackson off. When he doesn't get a chance to do today's Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm very grateful to the people involved with this tournament I'm playing in for, because the tournament actually starts at 8, and they moved my flight to 10:45 so I could be here for the 20th anniversary program. So
the Westboro.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely isn't my favorite day possible where I don't have to run point on TMA and I don't do balloon party. Like, this is not my favorite thing.
Yeah, I can tell you're a little more difficult than normal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Does that mean I don't have to do live spots today?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'll be darned. There's the upside. We found it.
Day off for me, too.
Look at that, Doug. Everybody's winning on this show. Chairman Kurt, what are you doing? You winning?
I'm always winning.
Look at that.
A lot of positive energy here today.
Doug, you're going on vacation here in a few hours?
Yeah, we've
You
all got
flying?
it figured out. Oh, yeah, we are flying.
Nice.
You wanted to drive to...
I'm done with long drives for the rest of my life. I'm not making any more 15-hour drives. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
down
doing
Tampa, That's a good drive. Whew.
Can I stay at your house tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all going to be staying at the barn off. This
That's
orgy
true.
is supposed to be big.
There'll be a lot of
Yeah, I'm
people
not
stay
driving
over.
home after that.
No.
God.
Yeah, it's probably just best to be safe.
You can stay in the dormitory on the West Wing.
Dormitory. There's a West Wing on the barn off?
It's like
sure.
it's like the butler's quarters.
Similar. It's above the butler's quarters.
I sleep in the nude. Do you need me to wash the sheets?
Burn
Please
them.
don't.
Yeah, I want to smell.
Because the Cardinals have not given up a couple crap prospects to get a Rosarina back like the Mariners did.
It's from Flip Wilson. He is not happy with the Mariners acquiring Randy Rosarina.
They also cost him 2 players on their major league roster and the 2 minor leaguers. But he's hitting all of 211.
Yeah, it's not like he's a .8 WAR this year.
He was hitting 211. That was the prized offensive trade target in all of baseball. At least that's what ESPN said. He was the number 1 guy teams wanted.
Randy Rosarina?
As an offensive upgrade. As
Yes.
far as, I guess, guys available.
Upside, but, yeah.
I did text a former employee of this show to call in.
Doug, Randy,
We changing
Rosarina.
subjects?
We are changing the graphic over the
I thought you were
graphic
done.
over the.
Go back. You want to talk some more about
No.
Randy Rosarina?
Who are you trying to get in touch with now?
Yeah, surprise guess. He said he'd call him when he can.
Okay. Rosarena was never on this show.
I don't think so.
Not sure he speaks English.
He could, but then maybe hides it like Edgar Renteria so as to
Yeah.
avoid having to do interviews, which
Yeah.
is a sharp play.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that. If you were to go and play in the Mexican League somewhere and you spoke just kind of broken Spanish, you probably wouldn't want to do interviews in Spanish and possibly say something stupid or
Well,
make yourself look bad.
Makes all the sense in the world. Plus, you just don't want to do interviews anyway when it really gets down to it. Doug's got hot take mittens, and those are brought to you by EDF. The EDF group. Doug's putting them on right now. Slide those babies on.
Yeah.
Ooh, Bill. Do you want to support the EDF group? It's a sponsor of TMA. It's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF group is hot and will prevent your facility from having hot fires. Experience the EDF group difference. Learn more at theedfgroup.com. Doug, could you tell us about our title sponsor?
Well, that would be Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen, perhaps you have been injured and it wasn't your fault and you'd like some justice. Well, you know where to go. You go to Brown and Crouppen. You call them and they will talk about your case, your possible case. If they decide to go ahead with it, that consultation, by the way, is free, of course. If they go with it, they work on a contingency basis, no upfront costs at all to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. And they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. It's a local law firm founded here in 1979. It's grown to become one of the largest personal injury firms in the entire Midwest. You get that personal touch with Brown and Crouppen. By now, listening to this show, you probably feel like you know Ed Herman and Andy Crouppen. Terry Croupen's been on here before. All wonderful guys, and they employ equally wonderful people and lawyers. Big part of the community. They're involved in many, many charity events around town. You see their name everywhere. That's because they are highly successful, and people that have worked with Brown and Crouppen love Brown and Crouppen. If you think you may need their services, call them at 314-222-2222, or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
There it is. Title sponsor of this program, Brown and Crouppen. Get involved on the program by calling in 636-9004-TMA. Callier and Thompson phone lines. South City Sporting Goods text inbox 314-881-TMA5 and email in for our design, air, heating and cooling. email of the day, the morning after. Doug, Chairman Kurt, we have a special guest on the line. Is that correct?
Yep, got a special guest on line.
Wow, I mean, ours is the type of show or
special guest. Feel free to drop in at any time. Who is the special guest?
Yeah.
Mystery guest, sign in, please.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing's really changed in 20 years. You guys pretty much make the guests sit on hold for quite a long time before you let them on the air.
Boy, this is somebody's not happy with the program.
Kicking the shorts.
What up, Chaps?
You recognize the voice?
I told him to call in.
Oh, Chaps Ritter is the Iggy's special guest.
Well, hello,
Doug, it's
Chopper.
Chaps Ritter. Are you a finance bro now, Chaps Ritter?
Yeah, I actually just pulled into the garage here at Edward Jones. Thankfully, it's a Friday, and yeah, I'm not in. I work for a finance company. I'm not in finance.
Well, what are you in?
I'm into a lot of data analytics.
I'll be darned. Any hot stock tips, brah?
Yeah, you want to have an SEC violation right quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not qualified to do that, especially on the radio.
Oh, okay. Doggone it.
Yeah, so.
All right.
Yeah, this is the best Iggy could do after 35 years.
Oh, no.
This is the best Iggy could come up with, I guess.
Well,
I said I wasn't going to work on doing anything, and I just said, I
No.
cut that off. I got a text from you yesterday wishing me happy birthday, and I just thought of you, and I said, oh, let's get Chops on.
All right.
Martin was always happy with your work.
Well, what'd you guys do for Iggy's birthday? Anything?
Doug, what did we have?
Well, Learn took him out for
yeah. Did you go out with Learn yesterday?
Yeah, we went to Starbucks.
Nice. Very
It
nice.
was fun. We had just relaxed. We did,
Sounds like you're disappointed, Chops.
We did dual Instagram
Well,
lives.
I would have imagined you would have went to Culpeppers and got the free dessert.
Uh-oh, sounds like Chops wants to hear the Culpepper story. I don't know if anybody in the audience has heard this story.
No,
Iggy, why don't you
not at all, no. Rainey's heard it 9,000 times.
Can we hear it now, please?
No. So we just
I
went
mean,
to
Chops, will you please
We
tell
went
us
to
the story?
Starbucks and we did dual Instagram lives. I did it on my page, she did it on her page, and we just had a nice conversation. She's one of my buddies, so that's all I did.
Dual Instagram lives.
You mentioned Rainey last week on the show. He bought the Blues. What happened with that?
What?
Yeah, Mike Rainey bought a share of the Blues. Although it turned out to be a different guy, and I think he pronounces it Rainey.
Right, but either way, we still thought it was Mike Rainey.
It was a different guy.
A different fellow, yeah.
Chops, what years were you on the program? I can recall that you were a part of the program in 2007. Doug calls that the Fesco era. And I believe two wrestlers came in, and one of the wrestlers, was it Edge and Christian from the WWE?
Christian, yeah.
Christian, and he
Christian.
slapped, you took your top off, and he slapped you across, and I still think I have a picture of like a handprint on your chest, Doug. I mean, he took a shot.
You were topless?
Yeah, topless. Right across the chest, right on the air. I still have the audio of that, too. I think that was back when Jason Barrett recorded everything. And, just was handing out audio left and right.
Did it hurt you? Did this man hurt you? Because we have an in with Brown and Crouppen.
We do.
It did hurt for at least a day, for sure. Yeah, I'm a WWE guy, but I had much more respect for those guys when he chopped the hell out of me across my chest.
Well, I suppose if anyone just allowed you to punch them, it would hurt.
Well, it depends how hard they punch you, Doug.
Oh, yeah?
Is that how you got the nickname Chops?
No, the nickname Chops came from some Hoss and Johnny. I met those guys right before I started working at KFNS in 2000. I ran into them at an event somewhere, and I had like long lamb chop sideburns, like Elvis.
Oh, Doug, you used to have those, didn't you?
No.
Does Doug have any hair? Does Doug still have any hair?
Any hair?
He's got more.
I do. Thank you, St. Louis Hair Restoration.
That's right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Way to drop that in. So who have you guys got lined up here early and late? I heard Colby Rasmus.
Yeah, and Iggy, who else?
That's it. I didn't line anybody up. I told you I wasn't going to.
No, you're not going to do any work.
If somebody asked that at work, but nobody asked me.
Oh.
That's a really good way to celebrate the anniversary.
Well, I'm not a producer anymore.
Even
Oh, you're
people
on
from
air
other
talent?
industries are upset with us.
Yeah, I'm big time talent. No, I'm not. I don't produce anymore.
Huh. Well, you guys have a producer?
Keisha Gray.
What up?
I don't know if you know Jackson. He was like 6 when you were working on the show. He's now, I guess, by definition, a producer. I don't know. None of us really have any roles.
The lines are blurred.
Right, hybrids.
Hi, Chops.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the best way to be. You fit right in when you're a hybrid. You can just do it all.
You still have the
think
lamb
I
chop
was-
sideburns?
What's that?
Do you still have the lamb chop sideburns?
No, I did not, Doug.
Why?
No, I got rid of those.
That's
I
disappointing.
got rid of those when I put radio in the rearview mirror. Actually, 17 years ago.
Is that right?
I think I was on the show from 05 to 07, maybe something like that.
Okay, it was
You
a
were
nice
on
run.
TMA from 05 to 07?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So you worked with
I'm
Martin.
surprised-
You worked with Martin. The Martin era.
Well, yeah, probably. Was he on the show then?
He was on the show from 2004 to 2006. Quit, got in a little bit of an argument with Jason Barrett that the entire Webster Groves area heard, and then Doug came and joined the program after the 5 months of the Bob Fesco era.
It was only 5 months, huh?
Yeah.
Seemed longer.
Martin used to do a great imitation of Chops. I guess because you used to do like a morning show right before the morning after from like 6 to 7.
Yeah, or sometimes I, do some of those weekend shifts.
Yeah, but he would say, "Here's Chops, and this is how you do radio." All right, Cardinals big win last night. Give us a call 969-0590. Blues taking on the Avalanche tonight. That's going to be a big win for them if they can get it done. 969-0590. Anything you want to talk about? Give us a call 969. Just throw out phone numbers.
Hey, you just want to hear the people, right? You want the people to call in and ask questions and, have conversation.
That's exactly right.
So,
Well,
how are you guys doing? You doing
we're
all
fine.
right?
We're fine.
Sounds like everybody's going on vacation next week.
Doug is on vacation next week, and he's flying out right after the show. The rest of us, he's leaving behind. We're all going to have an orgy tonight with the listeners. If you want to stop by, it's going to be at Doug's Barn-Off region. He has a barn-off at his place. And Chairman Kurt, you're staying in the West Wing, I guess? That's what it sounds like?
Yeah, I got it all to myself.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug.
And please don't accept any gentlemen callers up there this evening.
I'm not making any promises.
Okay.
Bad boys, bad boys. Chops, are you the one who got hit by Sam Snead?
I don't know. I don't know where that story came from.
I think I put it out there.
You made it up?
No, I thought it was Chops that got hit by Sam Snead, but it was somebody punched Sam Snead in the stomach. But I thought
Oh,
Sam
it's right
Snead
out of the
punched
blue? An 80-year-old man walks in and you slug him?
Yeah, he came in studio and I thought he punched him
for?
Well, because he was
He
bragging.
had it coming.
No, he was talking about how good a shape he is. Feel this, just punch it. And somebody punched him in the stomach. I thought it was the other way around. I thought he punched Chops, but that was Christian chopping you. But somebody got punched.
How many times did you get punched while working on this radio show?
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't know if I ever got punched. I'm sure there were multiple times somebody wanted to punch me.
Oh, but the wrestler took a pretty good shot at you.
I just took a chop.
Yeah.
Chop right to the chest.
Doug, that was from Christian. His tag team partner was Edge.
Okay.
Yeah, I do recall that.
Yeah.
Well,
Did he apologize?
Yeah,
or anything for
and,
hitting you?
He did not. But there was a disclaimer that I wouldn't sue him. But I
you had
think,
a little disclaimer in advance?
Yeah, we gave him a disclaimer in advance that he wouldn't get sued. So
Well, that place was always buttoned up.
It was good. So, so have you guys already gone over the all the highlights from the last 20 years? Did I miss that, or
Doug is going to give his top 50 favorite moments.
Couldn't find a lot. What do you mean highlights? We just sit here and talk.
What?
There's no highlights here, Chop. I guess you getting hit would be one of them.
Yeah, I think that might actually be one of the top 50 moments that Doug is going to give.
You're kind of the low man on the totem pole when you're the one they select to get hit by the wrestler with the agreement not to sue.
Right. Yeah, somebody had to do it.
Yeah.
So
Were you ever part of the Foot Fetish Fridays?
no. No, I'm a married
that
man.
didn't start until 2013. 2014, I feel like.
Yeah, I think you're right.
2012, maybe?
Yeah, those. You guys still do those?
No.
No, that was Jennings Randolph Jr.'s signature event.
I figured somebody would keep that going.
No, that was all his. It's not even. Nobody else can do it.
Iggy, my wife asked me yesterday, she's like, how old is Iggy? I'm like, I have no idea. He's looked the same for the last 25 years.
That's kind of an accurate statement there, Chaps.
It was so nice of you to say. Somebody said yesterday, God, who was it? Somebody asked me how old I was, and I told them. They said, no way. You don't look older than 55. And I said, that's the nicest thing anybody said to me all day.
How about that? Was it Leonard who said it?
No. She said like 80. 67.
67 bills, Doug.
Wow. That's awesome.
Not really.
You're doing great, Steve. Hey, you qualify for Social Security now, right?
That's right.
I'm already collecting.
Yeah, he's enjoying it already.
And Medicare, too. Medicare also.
I didn't sign up.
There was a little financial tip right there.
ARP discounts.
I didn't sign up for it.
Chops, it's wonderful to hear from you. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you for taking the slap from Christian 17 years ago. And hopefully you'll drop by Doug's Barn Off tonight. Even if you don't want to have sex with all the listeners, we still have the listeners bringing potluck dinner, so it's going to be a really nice time.
I can't feed everybody.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's exactly what I want is the five bean chili from some random listener.
Oh, God.
We haven't done a conference call with me, you, and Rainey in a while, so let's get that done.
All right. Sounds good, gentlemen. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chops. Great to hear from you. There is Chops Ritter. I mean, part of the program from 2005 to 2007.
I'm sorry.
Mike Ritter. That's what they would play as voicemail. It's like, where in the world is Mike Ritter?
I think we still got a drop.
Is that right?
Mike Ritter.
After you earn a nickname that's so good, it's hard to call him Mike. It's Chops.
Chops Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to call you Ken.
Well, it's
a great nickname.
When I saw it yesterday, when you get the birthday things on your Facebook page, I know that people don't know me when they just say happy birthday Ken or Kenny. They don't know me. Because nobody that I know calls me Ken or Kenny.
How about the siblings? Family?
No, it's all Iggy.
Really?
It's not a compliment, you smokestack. It means that when you were 42, you look 67. Doug, that's Wes Sutter of USA Mortgage.
Come on, Wes. Cut him some slack.
This Wes Sutter has got a lot of business from his text into the show.
Oh, he's so bitter, these people.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we celebrate 20 years, by getting our balls hazed off.
I think I look
on the
80,
program.
so I don't. When somebody says I don't look 67, I'm flattered.
I saw 81-year-old Barry Manilow gave a concert last night at the Enterprise
Well, he says I'm working.
Packed.
Oh, he's at the Enterprise Center last night?
Yeah. It's packed.
Packed, yeah.
81 years old. Say what you will if you hate his music. You have to respect anyone at 81 who could still pull that off for a couple of hours.
There's a lot of people
singing like that.
Like Mick Jagger still runs all over the stage.
Yeah, Mick Jagger amazes me. And somebody went to, I guess maybe it was the show in Ridgedale or maybe it was another one of their shows, and said, God, who was it? I feel like it was right out in the break room. Somebody said, oh, maybe it was Rafe?
He was there, yeah.
The Rish show? Okay. Yeah. He goes, boy, Mick Jagger's keeping that thing together because the rest of the guys are just like propped up.
How could they not be?
But how old's Mick Jagger? Is he 80?
He's 80, I think.
He is 80.
He might
he's
be 80.
running around because when we went out to Denver about a month ago, they had played Mile High, I think, a few nights beforehand. And so I was looking at some video of the concert. I'm like, that might not have been bad to see the Rolling Stones. And I'm like, holy crap, Mick Jagger is running around the stage. Running.
Today is his 81st birthday.
Is that right?
Oh.
I mean, I remember when I was a freshman at Missouri, so that would have been either 94 or 95, that they were coming through and playing Faroe Field. And I remember thinking, oh, God, these guys are old. What the hell are they doing? And then 30 years later, they're playing Mile High Stadium in Denver, and Mick Jagger's running around. Sweet mother of mercy.
You wonder how they do it.
I am tired.
Apparently he's not. You wonder how they do it at that age, and I suppose by doing it that's the secret.
Yeah.
That's how you can still do it.
Yeah, having that
It's when you give up and sit on the couch all day watching TV, that's when you lose it.
It's got to be it.
I think there's truth to that, man. I really do.
It does, because none of those guys were pictures of health as far as what they did. I mean, Mick smoked, he drank. Keith Richards did everything. I don't know how he's still alive, but he's still out there playing. I guess you just keep doing that, and they toured so much, and you just keep active. That'll do it. I don't keep
that's
active.
the big key. Yeah.
But just, I mean, that's even keeping active, 81 years old, and you're still out there dancing around and running from side to side on that big stage, and it's amazing.
It is incredible.
Congrats on 20 years, guys. So many people have made the show what it is. Thanks to Tim, Doug, the Cat, Prod Joe, Iggy, Weezer, Willie, Plowboy, Jay, Jackson, Martin, Pete, Chuckles, Larry Nickel, Mike Francesa, Timmy Tom Tom, Chops, that old guy from St. Genevieve, Tucker, Lisa Ann, Tuba Boy, Dotem, Mike Lee, Buck Swope, and all of the sales staff. That's a very important mention. That helped keep this show going. It's a massive part of my week. Doug, top me next time?
Oh, stop it. Who was that, Tim?
That's Steven time.
Okay. He doesn't need topping.
How do you know?
My favorite segment of all time will always be the Weezer Pleaser. I was pissing myself laughing. That's from Deke Dotem. Doug, that's when we were doing a remote from Ryan Kelly's office. And I don't know how or why, but I stumbled upon Weezer's Facebook page, and we were alarmed by what we saw.
Yeah. This was the Topless Barbecue era?
That's correct. I know many of you were not listening then because it was about probably 10 or 11 years ago. But I think Joe Roderick maybe was running the remote.
I don't need fried chicken this morning.
And Weezer, he had some like rouge on and some eyeshadow, smoky eyes, topless, wearing leather, and his legs spread.
Akimbo.
With a couple legs akimbo with a couple buddies with his arms around him. And Doug, I've never seen you more horrified.
Yeah.
I'm wearing white belts, so I'm more of a high-class style guy.
Yeah. There were some pictures where he was wearing even less than that. And it was disturbing.
Very open with my sexuality.
Yeah. And that was disturbing.
I'm a gentleman with a little bit smaller nipple.
We don't need that kind of description from you. He was on a short time, but boy, he certainly made his mark.
He made his mark. He made his mark, just like Donnie Most. I think he was Donnie Most's internship. I like how Jackson knows.
That's why I started listening.
Is that right?
Yeah, they
Donnie Most.
Yeah, they co-pilots.
They were together?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they knew each other going into the internship, but they would sit back there, I think, with the Plowhawk.
And then Willie, like I remember when I came in and shot the video,
Yeah,
I
I
walked
guess
in
that's
that little
possible.
back room, and it was really small, and I was thinking that summer, I was like, there's 4 guys in there?
That was one of the segments. The segment I was playing when I came into today was Pride Joe was on the show, and he was trashing Willie and the new producers that couldn't do what he did, basically.
I got to tell you, that surprises me. I just don't think that'd be his brand.
Yeah, he said the show is just so much different and he was taking shots, and then he tried to cover it up and said, no, it's just different. It's just different. I mean, it's different. He said, I used to stay up till 2, 3 in the morning sometimes worrying about if I'm going to get this guest book for the show. I had more responsibilities because I had to get the guest, and you don't have to do that anymore. So he's basically taking a shot, and then he kind of changed his tune. No, not a shot, just different. It's just different. And then you try to bring Willie on, and he walked out.
It culminates with Willie challenging producer Joe to an ACT contest at the Berg.
Do they have those? These contests where people off the street can come in
I
and
was wondering the
challenge?
same thing. I was like, can you just take the I guess you could.
You can. I've checked.
Yeah.
You got to pay for
Bradford's
it.
beard, it doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Producer Joe's not a fan of Sam Bradford.
Check down Sammy. I think.
Yeah, he called him Captain Checkdown, I think. I can't wait to guess what you guys had for breakfast with my tongue tonight. Tim's banana will taste so good at 9 p.m. That's from Caller Buzz.
Come on,
That is kind of the fun part about watching on YouTube today is you can see what you might sample later.
Yeah, that's a good point. See what you might sample. That's what today's show is called.
See by what he eats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it take like 2 days for what you eat to leave your body?
I'm going to take the under on that. That'd probably 6, 7
How
hours.
long does it take you after you eat 10
no.
White Castle?
Well,
forces
but,
out.
but you would be moving things that you'd eaten the day before.
Depending on the time, yeah.
Because it takes a while to get through your stomach and travel through the intestines and get broken down and everything.
That segment plays like 4 times a week. He was making fun of Willie, not you. It's from the Slippery Turtle.
I think I said Willie. I didn't mention me. I wasn't part of the show then.
Your entire persona as a producer is bragging about your Rolodex and ability to book guests. It's from Cuckleberry Finn.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, guys, been listening for 20 years and still love the show. Here is my top 5 callers of all time. Number 5, Biff. Number 4, Mr. Licks. Number 3, Rich from Maryland Heights. That's Doug's favorite.
Yeah.
Number 2, Big Al. Number 1, Caller Adam. That's also Doug's favorite.
No. I like Spready. I thought he was fun.
Rudy
was great. Yeah.
Douglas.
You don't have the balls to answer whether or not you think Jeff Fisher should come back or not.
Takes.
See, how can you not like that?
Can we talk about the time Jimmy the Bull actually showed up to the Starbucks in Webster to fight a listener? My favorite moment in show history. I don't know what the background of that was. That's from the Reluctant Cuck. I recall it, but I don't know what caused Jimmy the Bull to want to meet at the Starbucks in Webster to fight a listener. Does anybody recall that?
No, I don't know the
Where's
reason.
Buck Swope?
Bulls aren't subs, we're doms.
Right.
Yeah. He's kind of disappeared from the scene. We haven't seen him in years.
He was fighting like Shrewsbury Seminary, maybe, or someone. I can't remember.
He had the Apache on his side. That was his riding partner.
The guy that got to show up?
They like showed up to Plowboy's apartment one time and like just dragged in a bunch of mud.
Yeah, I do remember the Plowboys saying he was sitting there one night and they were all of a sudden were at his door.
In Soulard, yeah.
Sat there.
With like work boots on.
I was cleaning out my garage the other day and found a tomahawk that the Apache
Oh,
had
yeah.
made me.
And your name was Quiet Storm. I remember that.
So, yeah.
How about that?
I found a bat the other day that I guess firefighters or police officers brought in for all of us.
Yeah.
It had her name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he was in my closet.
Yeah.
Classic. Go to bat.
What about that? Let's see. What happened to Dave in St. Peter's and the Hills Have Thighs? I saw the Hills Have Thighs texted yesterday. Just not every text gets read. Dave in St. Peter's was the guy with the wrinkly shirt.
Would not iron a shirt.
Which one looked like Woodrow Wilson?
The Bull.
The Bull.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jackson, for supplementing these memories with beautiful drops from those beautiful fingers. Yeah, that's helped because a lot of the listeners probably weren't listening then.
Joe Roderick, entertaining the city.
Is that Andy Hanselman?
Pride of Western Illinois. Well, he and Plowsy. I think they made the Wall of Fame there, didn't they?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I think Plowsy went and talked to like a group of students at Western about the journalism industry.
That's great.
Doug and I are going to do that down at Missouri, but it's going to be more like a scared straight.
Yeah, they would come and remove us. They said, no, don't say anything else. We want the money that these people are paying in tuition.
Happy 20th anniversary, guys. I gave up Stern for you, and every day gets better. That's from the O'Fallon Possum. From Doug's Prison Wallet. All of those callers were awful. That's from Doug's Prison Wallet.
No.
From Mr. Licks. Wow, wow, wow. An honor. I want to thank Tim for giving me the opportunity to even be on that guy's top caller list. That's from Mr. Licks.
When did the lemonading start? How did that all get going?
Yeah, when did the gong come into play?
Brian Hinchin would walk in the studio and we'd play it as a salute to his Asian
But when did it
heritage.
become hitting it for Tim as a lemming?
Yeah, Doug, when you bring it
I don't know.
We used to have the bell.
The bell. Hot take bell.
I think I forgot to pack it when we moved over here.
There's a lot of things.
You left the bell there?
Yeah.
Doggone it.
Another thing you need to celebrate today, Tim, is that along with all the hijinks and merriment the show has given us all these years, you and the audience have stepped up to the plate multiple times to help fellow listeners and strangers alike, whether with Larry Nichols' fight against cancer or helping me lay my son David to rest a few years ago. He also loved the show. The charity and the care this family has extended throughout the years is the crown of your reign as the best show in the STL. Thank you so very much. I love you guys. Doug, that's Dave Steiner. How about that?
Oh, thanks,
wow,
Dave. Thanks
that
for
is
the nice
incredibly
Wonderful
kind.
sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. I was on hold, but have to get these greens mowed. Would just like to say how much I've enjoyed these 20 years, from the hierarchy of Tim, Doug, and Iggy to the new breed and Jackson and Chairman Kurt, from Martin's Ass Tony to Timberfake and so on and so on. Here's to another 20. Shout out to my boy Buddha. That's from Mr. Smith, Doug.
Mr. Smith is about to mow the greens.
Yeah. He's going to
where
roll
he's
them.
working at. He's not at Normandy anymore.
No.
Hello world, welcome to the Bonita Show. I am here at Fat Buddha
Right there, start over.
Studio.
Yeah, right
Do it
there.
again.
Where we're going to record Joshua today. I'm with the singer, hip hop artist, Joshua. Joshua, say hi to the world.
What's up, world?
What's up, world?
He was the voice of this show.
He was.
Three
The
people.
wonderful performance.
3 people in St. Peter's heard that. It says, "What's up, world?"
Biff?
Oh, I heard the first time we met Gentle yesterday too when I was driving home.
What?
Yeah, Biff called in from Vegas and introduced us to Gentle for the first time.
Oh, you were listening to the show yesterday?
In my car.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you met her yesterday. Thought you met her, what was that, probably 5 years ago at the AVNs, is that right?
Yeah, I hadn't even met her yet until then. And then Biff was just standing outside. No, I hadn't met her yet because he called in from the Spearmint Rhino and introduced us. And I met her the next day at the AVNs. He actually brought her to the thing and got a credential. I got a credential for her. But the first time,
I think Biff knows what he's doing.
Like the late, great Jesse Jane.
That was Gentle.
No, that was
Gentle?
That was Gentle.
That sounded like Jesse Jane. Happy 20th, boys. My favorite memory is winning at TMA Who Said It at TMA Live a few years ago, with the prize being Cardinals tickets for a game that took place a month before the live show. A little something from the director of finance. That's from Al in Dadeville.
Yeah, it's tough. It's asking a lot to win tickets and expect him to be for an upcoming game.
Thank you.
We haven't got those.
Thank you for saying it.
We do have games that have already been played.
Yeah, some of the prizes I was giving away for those TMA Lives.
Well, stamps was such an issue for so many years.
I think I gave away a free haircut or some like haircut coupon.
Yeah, well, we could cut someone's hair. They could come in here and we can cut it.
that was quite an operation. Yeah, when me and Pete were doing it, I'd go downstairs and say, we got a TMA Live tonight, anything to give away. There's a box of shirts from a few years ago. I mean, oh my God.
Cut that off.
You were upset by that?
Yeah.
We had a Fox robot there for a while.
We did.
Rocking chairs. Remember that? At one point, we gave away a couple of rocking chairs.
Get involved. You are welcome to call in today. 636-9004-TMA. 20th anniversary. 20 years ago today was the very first episode of what then was called The Morning Grind. And Doug, here we are 20 years later. Really kind of doing a different show, though. You know, it's a different, now it's more scripted.
More cerebral.
I agree with that. Sophisticated NPR kind of show.
Yeah.
636-9004-TMA is how you can call in. You can text in to the South City Sporting Goods text inbox 314-881-TMA5, and you can email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our upcoming Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team is here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? Holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and a top-notch facility and accommodation. Discover the path to lasting recovery and renewal at Illinois Recovery Center, where compassionate support meets personalized care for your unique journey. Call the Illinois Recovery Center at 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. That's IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. We will have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming up at approximately 9:45, 9:50. My plan is to stay here through the end of the program if possible, and then Doug, I'm on the tee at 10:45.
Okay, you gotta hurry.
And you're going to walk with us, but you're not going to
No. You've been given wrong information. I won't be there at all. Had planned not to be there.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't mean to hurt your feelings or your playing partners.
Yeah, my playing
but it
partners.
seems like it might be a bit of a Shishawali event.
Kind of counting on it.
Okay.
We have the drops of the week, ladies and gentlemen. And then we will have some wonderful audio clips from some of the highlights in the 20 years coming your way. We start things off with this week's Drops of the Week.
Morning after. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you gotta drop it like a hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
I'm going to go out looking for Strange.
I kissed my cousin once, so what?
What?
My net worth pretty much quadrupled as soon as they put that tube behind the HD.
Iggy, are you donating to the sperm banks?
Oh, gosh, do some kegels.
Okay, gaslight girl boss gatekeep.
Eggplant emoji, what's that mean?
Boy stuck a finger in my ass.
Get in here.
You're raw dogging it?
Yeah, it's penetration.
Now, did he go in for some other anal issue and the doctor just decided to start a milking?
Did you ever have squirt?
Putting him right in my mouth.
You better coach him up, Paul.
Look, there's nothing hotter than a random rural with a turkey leg and a halter top.
Because I like to taste a little of everything.
I don't think I've had sex with a 20-year-old guy.
Any of them victims of a Cletus dry humping?
Stick to basketball and breast milk.
You like a gentleman with big thighs?
I do have to go to the bathroom, don't mind me.
I'm a big Hot D fan.
I never met a loose rural kid in my life.
I don't have a sunburned hole.
Okay, interesting.
What do they care? An orgy's an orgy.
Bang, 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 bang.
That time tunnel's a hotbed of fingering.
If his dad had tried to make out with my dad, he wouldn't have been my friend anymore.
Gay gentleman. Very, very pretty.
I'm not horse plowing anyone.
He was a penis with a man hanging from it.
DTF.
Down to fist.
You can go into the Barnhof and enjoy your little sex party.
Oh.
Ruin me.
Pulverize their member.
That was Drops of the Week.
Good week.
So
Really good week.
taken out of context.
Good week. Sometimes I listen to it and I wonder if we had a good week. I listen to that and I'm like,
Confirmation.
okay,
Yes,
indeed we
we
did.
feel good about that.
Huh. Biff said he has a 20th anniversary poem he'd like to recite. Do we dare do that?
Sure.
Is he on there?
Yeah,
Hello,
he is.
Biff.
I was just texting.
Oh, hello, Biff. Biff.
Hey there.
Yes,
Hey, guys.
yes, Biff.
Happy 20 years, Tim and show.
Well,
Thank you so much, Biff.
Biff and show.
You've got a
Yeah.
20th
Biff and
anniversary
Show.
poem you'd like to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, is it
You
short,
got,
long?
You got any other all-star guests coming on the show today?
No, you're it.
Oh, well, okay.
So we're hoping the poem is a good one.
All right. I kept it kind of short because in the past you kind of got on me for making them long, you know.
Yeah. Edit it, make it short and sweet and brief.
What? Hey, Tim, when you started this thing, did you ever think it'd make it 20 years?
No, wasn't even on my mind. Would have never, if you would have told me I would be 47 years old doing this in 2004, I would have never believed you.
So you just thought if you got a couple few years out of it and then found a job doing whatever in the media business, you'd have been happy.
I was doing television at KMOV, working with Doug and Steve Savard, and radio started off as kind of a way to supplement my income. And then I realized I enjoyed doing it a hell of a lot more. Then I started making more from it than television, and only had to work 5 days a week as opposed to Doug and I getting a chance to work on Saturdays and Sundays and Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's, and getting, if we were lucky enough to get a raise, 1% raises and have zero leverage in negotiations. And I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to leave television. And it was so surprising that somebody left television at that time for radio that everybody thought I got fired. And the reality is I left because I didn't really like it and I was making more money doing radio. But I never thought that I would be in a spot where this show would still be going 20 years later. Ever. I actually probably thought I was going to get back into television at some point, just probably not in St. Louis.
Wow. And another thing is I'd like to congratulate you on is no matter how many guys, co-hosts and producers come and go, the show pretty much stays the same crap, and everybody loves it, you know?
Talk about that. No matter what, it's still the same crap.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that point.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty concise and accurate there, Biff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it does. I mean, I've listened to it about 15 years, and it's no matter who the hosts are and the producers all keep coming and going, and it's you're pretty consistent with the content. That's what I think is the most amazing part is I guess you're the glue that holds it together, and all the other guys are like the sawdust and the plywood, you know?
Way to go, Tim.
How does it feel to be sawdust?
Just sawdust.
Biff, how did you find the show?
By accident.
Yeah, it's usually the way people stumble upon it.
Listen to Frank Cusimano's show, back when I was more of a hardcore sports guy.
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes I would turn it on a little early, and you guys would be on, and I'm like, well, what is this crap? I don't know, but it's pretty funny, you know?
That's also accurate.
Frank
Crap and sawdust.
That's all we are. The residue of what wasn't wanted.
Yeah.
Tim, what's your, since I always like to talk about food, what would be your guys, what would you throw in your top 10 restaurants in St. Louis?
Doug, top 10 restaurants in St. Louis.
I don't know that I have 10 favorites.
Well, top 4 or 5.
Oh, like a Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're asking Tim, right?
Whoever wants to.
Okay.
Doug, it sounds like you want to answer it, so why don't you?
How about we each come up with our favorite? Would that be better?
There you go. Even better. Yeah.
Okay. I usually wind up going to Billy G's when we don't know where
It's a nice play. It's a nice play.
Like Billy G's.
I mean, if we're going like for what would be kind of a nicer dinner, we're going to Paul Mano's. But, I mean, that's not exclusive, but that's certainly where it seems like my wife and I and my parents and her parents, it seems like that's where we go quite often. So I would say Paul Mano's.
Where's that at? I've never been there.
It's off of Olive, and I guess it's in Chesterfield, I think, by definition.
West of 270.
West of 270?
Yeah.
It's something else, and Paul's a great guy, too.
Okay. What about the rest of the dais? What are they like?
What is your...
Olive and Oak.
Olive and Oak's a nice place.
I'm a Canetto's guy through and through.
Oh, really? Right there on the hill. Mm-hmm. And how about you, Biff?
What was that last one?
Canetto's, the House of P.
Meadow.
Canetto's!
Chairman Kurt, what's yours?
El Catrine.
El Catrine, Doug.
That's good.
I don't know that one. And Biff, what was yours?
I like a casual. I like a really good casual. Was that last one Canetto's? Is that what he said?
Yes, Canetto's. It's been there 100 years on the hill.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to go with Blackthorn Pizza. It's a unique, very unique pizza, deep dish.
Okay. What about this 20-year anniversary poem we've heard about?
Oh,
yeah. Yo, hey, I do like that friendly chicken, though.
Right.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's a shame they don't have the chicken no more, Jackson said the other day.
I think it's at a different spot. I think just the one.
So Friendly's is relocated?
Well, I think there's two. There's one like off 55 South, and then the one on South City. The one in South City is not a fried chicken.
Really? Wow.
That was the home of fried chicken.
But I think Denny sold that one, so I guess that it makes sense.
A Foot Fetish Friday.
He probably went into the voiceover business. So what about this poem?
Oh, we got it. Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Also, Tim, I'd like to congratulate you on you went from the man that was coming out of strip bars at daylight to the man that goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night with 2 little children now, and that's you've come full circle, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Biff. People change with age.
Yeah. I bet you'd like to have back all that money you blew back in those days, though, wouldn't you?
You know what? I got to tell you, that's a very astute observation. Because I was under the impression, Doug, that those strippers really liked me.
And it turns out they didn't.
I think I'm starting to think there's a chance they didn't.
You were lied to?
I think there's a chance.
Oh. Well, Biff, you've been down that road a few times yourself, haven't you?
I tell you what, I could buy a couple radio stations if I had all the money I spent over there, Tim.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I would recommend the investment, to be transparent.
Not to mention all the ones out in Vegas.
Yeah, I bet that was probably even higher dollar.
Yeah, the Gentles and the Julys. Yeah, they got in the wallet. They got to the wallet.
But this poem, what about the poem we heard is so good?
Oh, okay.
Thank you, baby.
I will tell you one.
She is.
I walked into my bank.
Not quite.
I walked into my bank the other day, and the president of the bank walks up to me and he goes, "Are you Biff?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh man," he goes, "I listen to the show every day." He goes, "I have to sneak in and put my earbuds in, and he listens to the show, and he's the president of one of the biggest banks in St. Louis. He listens to your show every day."
Doug, cardiologists, bank presidents.
Yeah.
How did he know?
Nearly all the physicians.
How did he know you were Biff?
I say he recognized me by my voice, and then he said, and he'd seen pictures of me on the fan page and stuff. And we started telling the stories. It's pretty funny.
Okay. I assume our money's safe in that bank. Now, what about the poem?
Yeah.
We've heard so much about it.
Football.
Here we go.
Okay.
20 years of this radio show's crap. You would think they could produce better crap.
You can't run crap with crap.
Right off the bat, he's out of words.
Plowboy and Gangster Peter gone. Producer Joe and Cat Hayes are gone. How does this show stay on the air? To 2 sports fans, it's really not fair. Adult film stars should be on the air more, and most of the texters Tim should ignore. Congratulations for the 20 years. This show can bring you to tears and make you drink lots of beers. That's it.
Touching.
Okay.
Wow,
hit me right in the feels.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah. Very, very good. I thought I was listening to something from Frost. Well,
I
thanks,
thought you'd
Biff.
at least have an adult film star on today, Tim.
I believe Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, and Janine Lindemore, they're all going to join us in the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour.
Same time.
Colby Erasmus, I guess at this point now, I guess he's just going to call in.
Yeah, he was going to drop by.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was listening to the Skeleton, as you call it, and I heard the Lana Rhodes one for the first time.
Iggy sideways with her, Biff.
Who is Iggy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we met her at the. Yeah, we met her at the AVNs, and she was kind of snobby to us, wasn't she, Iggy?
We didn't meet her.
Really?
That's why we got. She ignored us.
I just did a DP.
It hurts to be ignored by one of those.
Probably a DP hurts too.
All right, Biff. Well, thanks for the salute.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys in the Sunny Papers. We'll let you go.
Okay, we'll see yous. Bye, Biff. Okay, nice poem. Very nice. But you can't rhyme crap with crap.
Especially on the first line.
Right, should be.
Yeah, it kind of tells the listener that they might be running out of steam.
Right.
Yeah.
He needs to get a thesaurus or something, maybe to come up with some other words.
He's written a lot of poems, though.
He has.
I give him credit for that.
Yeah. He's the poet laureate of the show.
He is indeed. Ella Reese, where we got to figure out where they're all going to sit. I kind of want Ella Reese over here, if you don't mind.
Fair. Yeah, we can put Janine over there.
Yeah.
Sciatica issues. So we're
Sciatica, we need to get her a special chair.
Yeah.
If they're like
Abigail Mack.
If they're like Kitten, Tavadad, and Seika, they're going to need big, wide chairs.
Boy,
sturdy.
They curse so much in that segment.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Oh, I assume Stedman was back there and just pounding that drop because, like, they curse and you say you can't say that, and she said, like, why the F not?
Yeah, I got the sense that Seika enjoyed cigarettes. That's what I recall, but still, it was really hot. You can send your emails in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. That's coming right about 9:45, 9:50. Jackson and I, Jackson's pissed about this, too. He kind of gave me kind of a look this morning when I walked in. That because I'm playing in a tournament, Balls in the Air, Doug, as you know, since you'll be in the gallery at 10:45, we are not doing Balloon Party. But the cat is making a return, but he will be on Balloon Party at 10 o'clock, I believe, with Randy Character, Dan McLaughlin, Brooke Grimsley, and Matt Rocchio. I asked the cat, I said, hey, do you want to drop by for the 20th anniversary gala? I was texting with him this morning, and he's like, if he can, he can, but he thinks he's running late, and he's hoping, he said he would have been glad to if he had more time. Said, my bad. So, but you'll be able to hear the cat coming up at 10 o'clock.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, I saw that on the Twitter tweets that he was doing Balloon Party. So, when we are out, the opening drive does 4th hour.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because they love that, probably.
Anytime, since you bring that up, I feel so badly because I doubt that they, I don't know what the arrangement is. It's none of my business, but it's kind of like, if I had to do another hour, I want somebody to, give me at least $10,000. That's my kind of standard hourly rate.
Minimum.
Yeah.
And depending on the takes, yeah. Extra $4,000 per.
That means you got to double up. You can't just have 6 for the 6-shooter. You got to go a dozen.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Minimum.
Go ahead. Take it or leave it. You like Max's brown eye better than his blue eye.
Hey, come on.
That's what Randy pulls out at 10 when he fills in for us.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, and they are known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. The weather is warm. So guess what, Doug? It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new, from sunshades, soft tops, trail doors to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars. Pure Performance has you covered. Come visit that showroom I did a couple weeks ago. The thing is huge. It is located at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles, or you can visit pureperformance.com. That's P-U-R performance.com. It's not just accessories, it's also a full-service shop. At Pure Performance, you don't ever have to worry about paying for parts or services you don't need. When it comes to repairs, you can count on them to recommend only what your vehicle actually requires. After over 40 years of outfitting the best-dressed vehicles in the St. Louis area, the St. Charles area, you can trust that your prized investment is in great hands at Pure Performance. It's online at PURperformance.com, or just visit them. Huge showroom, 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles. That is Pure performance. Go out there and ask for Shelby. Support the sponsors. That's been the name of the game for 20 years, Doug. 20 years. And that is why Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, Janine Lindemulder are all in the green room. Colby Rasmus is going to join us via Airlink.
They all fighting over who gets to come in first?
I think we're just going to have them all at once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With Colby and his neckbeard.
Yeah.
Coming up in our Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour. Jackson, are these your favorites? What do we got here? How are these selected?
I think the chairman.
Chairman, you selected them?
Yeah, I just grabbed 4 or 5 little...
So chairman emails me from your email account.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's why I was thrown off. Okay. But I think you've told me that before. All right, Doug, we've got Doug's golf coach rant, car ride with Timberfake Rudy and Mickey Carroll, the Vianney stepdad calendar, do you want the photos anyway, and Iggy reveals he fooled around with his aunt.
Oh, that's some good ones.
All right.
Except for the last one.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
It's a hot segment.
I'm not proud of that.
Well, you bring it up several times.
Well, when I'm asked about it.
Well, I mean, we probably wouldn't have asked you. Because it's not something, like, I haven't asked Doug if he's messed around with any family members.
Is she still around, this aunt? And has she heard?
Would she like to sit next to Janine?
She's passed away.
Had she passed away when you told the story?
Yeah, I wouldn't have told the story about her. She's still alive.
What do the rest of the family members think about it now?
They don't listen to the show. They don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Be a tough conversation.
I don't think half of them don't even know what I do for a living.
Extremely awkward.
Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour coming up. Then we'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. We'll give a wide berth to the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day today. That is coming up at about maybe 9:45. Send yours in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. This is the 20th anniversary program of TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Hey, it's Jackson. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially, saving for retirement and college, while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you are starting your financial planning or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a financial strategy. His straightforward approach starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your financial needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or call 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Hi, this is Eric Conley, founder of Illinois Recovery Center. After getting clean myself, it was my dream to open Illinois Recovery Center to help give quality care to those on the journey of recovery. Every journey begins with a single step, and every step forward is a victory. If you or someone you know is seeking support, our doors are open at Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea, and I invite you to join our community. Call 888-510-3133 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Hey guys, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. We became sponsors of the show because we love this show. We were listeners for years before we started sponsoring. We love coming to the events, playing in the golf tournaments, even though I got demolished in the second round of the match play. But we love sponsoring the Dotem as well, and we'll miss it this year. Hopefully it comes back next year. If you're at one of these events, you might have met us out there and you found out we're a lot like the rest of the audience. We are the audience. If you get hurt in an accident, you don't just have to take our word for it. You can take Tim's. If he knows someone that gets hurt, he's going to recommend us. Check us out at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Andrew Jackson, this dude's on the 20. Zachary Taylor, not the kid on Home Improvement. James Buchanan, Pony Express. Abraham Lincoln, freed the slaves. James Garfield, not the cat. Grover Cleveland, Old Brown fan. Benjamin Harrison, Pawn Star State, they're related to him. Grover Cleveland, once again. William McKinley, Alaska Mountain. Theodore Roosevelt, one of the greatest of all time. William Howard Taft, stuck in the bathtub.
Welcome back to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen, and this is the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour for the 20th anniversary program here. As we send Doug off on vacation, and then we go to his house and have sex with the listeners tonight.
Yeah, I won't be there, so have at it.
Are you going to watch on the Ring camera?
Yeah. No, I don't even care anymore. All that furniture, if it's destroyed tonight, I'll just replace it.
How many people think will actually show up at your house tonight thinking this is going to happen?
What do you think? It'll be about 250, 250, 255?
Well, I have parking for almost 400 cars. So as long as it's 400 or less, we'll be all right.
You ever have to park in one of those like fields for something where it's like just people are just parking wherever in the field?
Oh,
that's how you know you're going into something that's big time.
Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour sponsor. Spelling of the name, Doug, here it is. SCHAEFERDOOR.com. SchaeferDoor.com. You can call or text 636-782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs. They have Monday morning standby service, those doors that break over the weekend. They service commercial doors as well. So if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. Go to SchaeferDoor.com or call or text 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door, sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour, is a Clopay Master Authorized Dealer. We are going to have Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, and Janine Lindemolder in studio in the 9 o'clock hour, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Colby Rasmus is joining us via Airlink. But before we get to them and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, Doug, we have some classic segments from over the last 20 years. I can't wait to hear them because I haven't heard these things in I don't know how long. We start off with Doug's golf coach rant in honor of TMA's 20th anniversary.
Okay. Drive for show, putt for dough, line up the putt.
You think he should yell, line up the putt?
Line it up.
You don't think they were lining it up?
No.
They were just running
Don't just
out there
walk up and hit it.
taking a whack.
So there are a lot of clubs out there right now not lining up putts?
Absolutely. There's my ball. Where's the hole? I don't care. Just putt. No.
Coach, can I ask a question?
Yeah, real quick.
Okay. Do I keep my head down and watch?
Keep your head down. Don't move your head. Watch your weight shift. Don't forget your golf shoes.
There are people going out there without their shoes.
Tennis shoes. Some of these guys are playing in tennis shoes.
You see, here's where I disagree. I think sometimes it's better just to rush onto the green and not think about it so much. It's almost like icing the kicker. If you're lining up the putt, you're icing yourself.
No, that's the thinking that got us 12th place in a 12-team tournament. Don't drive the cart onto the green.
These are rules. This isn't coaching.
It seems like very, very simple, basic information, and yet some kids need it. They need to be told with a firm hand.
I remember telling my buddy about that and playing it for him, and he thought it was the funniest thing he had ever heard in his entire life.
Was he a golfer?
Well, because you say at one point, you go, talking about golf bags, you go, I don't need no bag. I just carry all 14 clubs in a bundle.
Oh.
I just thought that was the funniest thing.
Did that come about did we play the clip before that of the golf coach yelling at his team in the bus?
Yeah, he was scolding him in the bus. So. That's where it came from. Yeah, he really gave him a piece of his mind.
We just lost a golf tournament. The coach is screaming.
Berating us. Chris Raby sending in a lovely message. Happy 20th anniversary, fellas. The show is finally old enough for you guys to beg Iggy to take it out for an evening of dancing and banging after he makes you a tableside garbage salad or after he stammers through a coked-up speech at a wedding. That's from Chris Raby. That's a lovely sentiment.
Yeah, that's nice.
Heartfelt.
Doug, you have always dreamed of going to Carnoustie.
I have.
Well, guess what? We're taking you there right now because on the phone from Carnoustie, it's friend of the program. He'll be joining us in studio, filling in for you for some of the days next week.
Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Wellington, and now it's on to Carnoustie.
Oh, hello, Welly.
Happy 20th, gentlemen.
Thank you, Michael.
Big payday for you this weekend.
Immediately, you took a shot at him.
Wow. Are you mad at me are you like mad that I'm over here doing this and I'm not going to get paid?
No, I feel bad.
Excuse me, are you happy?
No, I feel bad. I was rooting for your guy this week.
Well, Uncle COVID paid my guy a visit.
Is that what it is?
He tried to play the first round, and I mean, his face was as white as a ghost. I felt kind of bad for the guy, but he tried, but it wasn't going to work.
So what do you do now? You just hang out in Scotland?
So now I have I've had the day off, which is why I could call you. If I didn't, I'd probably still be at the course.
Right.
So we're going to try to figure out something to do the next 2 days. Maybe go to St. Andrews. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't really like traveling around this place. You know, the cars are on the other sides of the streets. A lot of little tiny differences. All I can say, gentlemen, to all of you, because of this show, that are great Americans, God bless America.
How about that, Doug? God bless America. An appreciation for these United States when you're over in Scotland.
Do they have Tinder in Carnoustie?
Good question.
I'll have to turn that on, Doug. It's been a whirlwind of a trip. Then he gets sick last few days, but I'll let you know when I get back.
Okay.
I have not dipped into it as of yet.
Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing to the listener.
They haven't. I just haven't. I forgot to pull that up. I appreciate your reminding me.
Okay.
How's your guy feeling? Is he okay?
No, I mean, he's bad, man. I mean, like the fever, the sweats, the pale face, like hocking up stuff on the course. It was, I mean, he probably shouldn't have tried to play, but, he wanted to give it a run, but it just wasn't going to happen.
When you're hocking up stuff on a course, where do you put it?
Here you put it in the high heather grass or the gorse bush.
Oh.
Lots
you
of
like that, the
places.
gorse bush?
I don't even know what that is.
You don't want to hit in the gorse
Yeah, you
bush.
don't want to hit your ball in there, I can tell you that much.
Okay. All right. Weather and everything okay there? Is it cold and rainy and overcast?
Surprisingly, very pleasant weather. A high of 65 every day, lows in the low 50s at the beginning part of the day. Not overly windy. 15 to 20. Not bad.
Yeah.
Is the Hawk going to be up this weekend to challenge the players?
I hope so. This place has got carnage written all over it. If you don't drive it straight here, you're going to shoot a million.
Well, Doug, we remember what happened to Jean Van de Velde in July of 1999.
Yeah, we sure did.
And he's playing. I don't know.
Is he back at Carnoustie?
I don't know how he got in the field, but he's playing.
Is that right? Did you see him, Michael?
I didn't see him, but I saw a standard bearer with his name on it. I looked on the 18th hole what he did there, and that is easily the worst caddy job ever in the history of golf. What happened there? All he had to do was hit a pitching wedge or a 9-iron down the left, and he would have. I don't know what he was doing. I still can't believe that he did that.
What was the issue? He hit driver or something like that? Was that the deal?
Yeah, he hit a driver, but that's where he made the mistake. Is he got away with the driver? The driver wound up on an island in between, some of these water hazards they have, the burn they call them, and all he had to do was chip it like 130, maybe 140 yards tops, and then he's got a wedge where he tries to hit that. Whatever that was, that long iron or that wood into the grandstand, and then just anarchy ensued. But just when you see it in person, it's like, man, what was this guy thinking? But I'm sure everybody said that a million times.
Yeah, what did he have, a 2 or 3 stroke lead? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
three-stroke lead on the 18th tee.
Yeah, I think he had to make a 10-foot putt to make the play.
That's correct. And if anything, honestly, that's the biggest, one of the best putts considering all the hell that just
he gave it a
was.
fist pump.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's unbelievable. So you're flying back on, Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, I fly back into Nashville on Monday. Real quick trivia for Iggy. Iggy, who was in the playoff with Van de Velde?
I got it.
I believe it was Justin Leonard. And, God, who ended up winning?
I didn't think you'd get Justin Leonard. Well done.
Henrik Stenson?
Oh, come on, Eggs. No, Paul Lowry.
Yeah,
Lowry.
JL and Paul Lowry, who I believe
Nice
played in a
pull on Justin
qualifier.
Leonard,
He
though.
played in a
Well done.
qualifier to make the field. And he was from that area, too. Super random.
Yeah.
Was handed the trophy, Doug. Handed the claret jug.
What are you guys doing for the 20th anniversary?
This is it.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing in the member event here. I'm on the tee in about an hour and a half. I saw your father and your brother last evening in the par 3 competition. Wonderful strikers of golf balls,
Yeah, I got a video of a song being broken out in my brother's honor for his birthday cake last night inside the clubhouse there.
Oh, is that right? I had already retreated knowing I was getting up early. I got a text from one of my friends, though, who did stay and said it's always nice to start your round by dry heaving in the mirror at 6 in the morning.
Oh,
so,
gosh.
the boys get after it sometimes. Yep. That was not from your brother or from your father, for the record.
One of your partners for the day?
No, but a hell of a striker of the golf ball. Somebody I was playing with yesterday.
Doug, I've got some memorabilia I'm going to bring back for you.
Oh, have you? What have you got?
You got it, Doug.
You got something in plaid? You got a bagpipe? What do you got?
I didn't go plaid, no bagpipes, but the last few times I've been in, you've had a similar theme going with your attire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to add to your collection.
Oh, wow. Fabulous. Thank you very much. That's
in a very heterosexual way.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I was
Thank you.
concerned about that. But that'd be fabulous. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Something that says Carnoustie.
That's all you wanted.
I mean, it sounds like you're really a big fan of the place. So
I am. Yeah.
Seems like you kind of deserve something.
Okay, I appreciate
Well, he
that.
does. Who
Very
said it?
thoughtful.
Now it's on to Carnoustie. Who
Jim
said-
Nance.
Jim Nance? And now
It's on to Carnoustie.
And let me ask you, Wally, golf related. He seems to play all these majors and then just quits. What happened to Daly? Did he figured out he couldn't walk more than 5 holes and just quit?
So that's a real interesting answer, actually, to be honest. So the RNA, who I'm learning is not well schooled in running events. I may get into that at another
Oh, wow.
time. But to answer the daily question, so there was like 5 or 6 guys that applied for carts, right? Daly was one of them. BJ was one of them. BJ, we played a practice round with him. He can barely walk. But for some reason, they only, and Paul Broadhurst as well, they only gave a cart to Tim Herron for whatever reason that is. Don't know why. I didn't really delve too far into the reasoning or what his injury was or whatever. But Daly was here the day before the tournament started. He was practicing, and I think he was trying to milk him to get the cart, and they didn't give him the cart, so he said WD.
Does it make the other players mad when someone gets a cart? Or do they just not care less?
I think from what I can understand, they're cool with the players using the carts. Everybody that's over 50, like that should be allowed on the tour, right? But at these major tournaments like the U.S. Open and the British Senior Open, they might not award the carts. But I think they're cool with it on the tour. They don't like. It seems like the players don't like it when the caddies take carts. Sometimes we have some caddies out here that have the ADA, like the Casey Martin rule, like if you have an injury or some sort of condition, you can take the carts. And, the main talk is kind of like, okay, well, if you can't walk, you probably shouldn't be caddying. But there are, these guys that get these ADAs, and there's 5 or 6 caddies out here that take carts. And, I'm actually friendly with all of them. It's just, it's kind of weird. It's separate. Like you're friends and you're around them, in the lunchroom or whatever, and they're very pleasant. But then it's like, well, it's not great that you're doing the cart, but I guess you're trying to make a living. And so, there's kind of both sides of it.
Mr. 63011, you may remember him from our match with Chris Nagel, a Meadowbrook member with a very fast golf cart, says, ask Welly his thoughts on stickers on hats. I gather this is in reference, I know you can't see it, but Iggy is dressed in all yellow today, and he's wearing a Bellerive 2018 PGA Championship hat, and he still has the sticker on the hat, and that has upset some members of the audience. Are people wearing stickers on their Carnoustie hats this week, and your general thoughts on stickers on hats, Michael?
No, I feel like that's something that originated stateside.
It did. But the sticker is 100th anniversary, so that's the reason I kept it on there.
I mean, whatever the reason may be. Where is it positioned on the...
right side of the bill, Michael. Left side of the bill, I'm sorry.
Left side of the bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, but silver goes well with the yellow.
It's bold. I'm sure, the kids out there would love it.
It kind of looks like you're going to return it after you wear it once or twice.
I may have it signed and give it away. You never know.
Oh.
How about that, Doug?
Better with the sticker. Are you going out to the course at all? Are you going to go out to Carnoustie?
I'll probably go out there tomorrow. And then I'm going to try to maybe go play somewhere on tomorrow or Sunday.
Can you go play St. Andrews?
Well, that's the one that's the closest, so I'm going to try to.
How far are you from there?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, Doug.
What would that cost to play St. Andrews?
That's a great question, Doug. I would love to. I probably need to find that out, but I got a couple guys that I'm staying with who are caddying, and it kind of depends. Like if one guy misses the cut, we'll go play. If another guy makes the cut, we might go watch, whatever. Just it kind of depends on how things shake out.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll get to go play St. Andrews. That would be really cool.
My understanding, have you ever played it?
No, I've never been over here. And like I said, God bless America, but go ahead.
My understanding is when you're playing it, they make you carry around little mats so you don't hit the turf. Is that accurate?
I've never, ever heard that.
Jackson, you were nodding when I said that. Are you the one who told me that?
I've heard that as well, but then I've seen video of people playing it, and there was no
They're taking up turf?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's at a different time of the year. Right now, obviously,
really
would be the
wet,
time of the year when they'd be hosting the Open.
What turf?
I've never heard that before. I could understand how you could think that way to try to preserve it in like the year of the Open or something, but I don't know. That seems, excessive, but hey.
Yeah.
I also have to say I was listening to the show a little bit earlier, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, but not really. I didn't know until you mentioned her today, Timmy, who Ella Reese was.
Oh, what a delight. Now have you had a chance to discover her?
I looked her up, and I got to tell you, big fan.
Oh, yeah. Really?
The thing is, I'm a connoisseur. It depends on what you're looking for in your adult stars. Doug, you have certain adult stars you always like the guys who can shoot distant ropes. Iggy, you seem like you like the girls who are a little more sporting. I like the girl who might be coming off her first or second divorce and started up an OnlyFans account and is hanging out in Frontenac or Clayton, maybe Town and Country if something didn't work out. She's west of 270. So in that realm, Ella Reese strikes me as somebody we could see at Bricktops. You know?
Frontenac?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pro boob, as you know.
Okay, Jay.
Well, I remember us comparing notes on Abigail Mack.
Yep.
But I had never heard Ella Reese's name or wasn't aware of her, and was listening earlier, checked her out, and it's like, yeah, I can see why she's around the top of the list.
Yeah, she's really sporting. And Doug, when she's on top, she has this thing with her hips, and I'm just like,
don't
boy,
do that with your hand.
I'd be able to go
Don't do that with
maybe
your hand.
3.5 seconds if I'm having a good.
There's
day.
nothing better than wearing a condom.
Right.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah, that might help. Maybe 5 seconds then. Yep.
Gosh.
Max. Happy 20th anniversary, Doug.
Yeah. I'd rather be in Carnoustie. But you say you'd rather be in America. It's nicer here?
Yeah, ain't that America for you and me?
I mean, yes, as far as like the familiarity of driving on the right side of the road, and you know, just this little stuff. Even at the golf tournament, man, like they didn't even have trash cans or trash bags on every tee box. There's and they use canned water. They don't have bottled water on the tee boxes. So there's all these empty cans like all over the tee box.
Let's clean it up, Scots.
I don't know what they're doing over here, man.
Doug.
Are there a lot of people that walk around saying, if you're not Scottish, you're clap?
The people actually have been very nice, I have to say.
Oh, good, okay.
Well,
yeah,
Michael,
I haven't seen any of that.
We will welcome you back. I know you're going to be navigating some jet lag. We're going to have a rota, Doug. You like that? We're going to have a rota when you're out.
Yes.
My understanding is a combination of, and I think everybody will get a chance to work with everybody. Michael's going to be in. Maddie's. You got a chance to meet Maddie a couple weeks ago. Joey Vitale's going to be in. So that's coming up while Doug is vacationing in the Hamptons. I'm not sure Doug's going anywhere. I think he just doesn't want to be at the orgy tonight, and he's just making something up personally.
Turn it over to you guys.
That's what I think. That's what I think's going on. So enjoy your weekend in Scotland, and hopefully you get to play St. Andrews. And by the way, a couple people have texted in. Saying that they played St. Andrews. They have friends who played St. Andrews within the last couple months, and they did not have to hit off mats. So, hell, I don't know. I've never been there.
I'll let you know what I learned, but yeah, that's interesting that people texted in about that. But what else would you expect from this show?
Yeah, false information, fake news.
I've only been there once, but I was in Coventry, which is, 500 miles from St. Andrews and Carnoustie, so I didn't bring my clubs anyway.
What were you doing there?
Just visiting a mate who I work with.
Mate? Don't say
I like that. That was the right thing to say, Iggy.
Don't.
Exactly right.
Pete in Staten Island. What's up, Pete?
It was Pete.
Visiting a mate.
A guy I work with in Bermuda. We just went to his place for a week and stayed there. But we just went to pubs. That's all we did.
Okay. All right.
Well, Iggy, thank you for sharing, gentlemen. Happy 20th.
Thank you, Michael.
And to 20 more, and I look forward to seeing you boys back in the Gateway City.
God bless. There he is. It's Michael Wellington, Doug, from Carnoustie. What a delight. And he's trying to figure out how he's going to fill his day. He might go play St. Andrews.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
What are we doing?
Well, we're listening to a car ride with Timberfake, Rudy, and Mickey Carroll. Was this the 2007 Girl Next Door of the year?
No, the year
2008. Producer Joe, I believe, was the interviewer.
He was just kind of sitting up front, if I remember correctly.
Take a listen, if you would.
Man, I'm being played again by this deal. Last time I had to pay $10 to get in to be a judge.
Oh, that's desperate.
I know.
Me and producer, me and Joe both have landing strips.
Yeah. Well, so you're gonna let the little bitty girls walk?
Huh? Little bitty girls. Make it suck me like they love me. Oh. Yeah. Right, Mickey? Not right, really.
Oh, gosh.
Who was that at the end? Mickey Carroll?
Mickey Carroll.
I wanted more.
Rudy.
Doesn't he do an imitation of Eleanor Roosevelt for some reason at some point?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere.
I think he called her a whore.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody go. I mean, keep in mind. So this had to be 2007 because somebody, and I don't know which one of that group, asked about Barack Obama, and he goes, "Never heard of him."
You gotta be pretty big to know.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty big, and then I think that's how it led to him doing a very timely impression of Eleanor Roosevelt.
I'm trying to pull it up because the Eleanor Roosevelt impression's unbelievable.
It's very good.
Eleanor Roosevelt. Are you looking for it now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Lonnie Duke says I can get 2 fists inside myself.
That's a nice little drop in.
Why? What kind of a man? would text that into a radio station?
Lonnie Dukes.
This or any other station.
Wellington's ability to completely dismiss anything Leatherman the Weatherman says is world class. Leatherman the Weatherman. That's from Tervis Parish.
That seems harsh.
Doesn't look like my hat is coming on time for the orgies, so sounds like I'll be completely in the nude tonight. It's from Little Beer Cats. Doug, he's going to be nude at your house.
Oh, I won't be there, but the barn off will be left open.
Painter Guy is not happy with the guest list for today's 20th anniversary show, Doug. He says, great guest list. Who's going to call it next, Maddie? Jesus. Some Painter Guy.
Lighten up on us. Stop giving us the business.
Why don't you call in Painter Guy? Huge one.
Anyone can call in. Anyone can walk in the door and they're on the air.
Yeah, you never know.
You have friends of the show and people who used to work on the show. I can't believe Janine Lindemuller hasn't called me back.
Yeah, that is a surprise.
You put in a little jingle to her, did you?
I texted her. She'll never get back to me.
Who's editing these clips? They keep cutting out the best parts. Seems about par for the course with this show. That's some old apple. Then Doug, you old apple and stepped in.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I thought we were pressed for time.
No, I didn't do it.
The clips are about 45 seconds in length, from what I can tell.
I've heard them.
Yeah, 45 seconds to a minute. I wanted them in little small consumable chunks.
Are you going to apologize to the old apple and the stepdad?
No, he can taste me.
Oh! My word.
I'm not having much success. I have it on my flash drive. My flash drive is in Kurt's.
Doug, do you have Jackson's flash?
I don't own a flash drive, I don't believe.
You think you're better than everybody because you don't have a flash drive?
I just don't keep them with me.
Doug, here is another wonderful clip. It's the Vianney stepdad calendar email, perhaps the greatest email ever sent in for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today.
This is like a 6-minute email, wasn't it?
Well, don't be disappointed when it's only 59 seconds.
Look no further than the 2017 Vianney Dad's Wall Calendar. Hello, January. Meet Phil, our first model of 2017. No. He works for a printing company, drives a Kia Sportage, and can touch his tongue to his eyebrow. What's that? Spring has sprung? Meet Gary, the CPA, who has not one, but 2 secrets. Not only is he a closet Cubs fan, but Gary has his nipples pierced.
No, he doesn't.
Shh, don't tell Gary's son. Ooh la la, it's hot in here, fellas. Of course it is. It's now August, and Jared's stepdad, Miguel, is taking a moment to cool off in the sprinkler. Notice that naughty tramp stamp. It's a tribal symbol that he thinks means strength, but actually means pansexual sausage daddy.
No, it doesn't.
Guys, calendars are $14.99 for one, or $42.99 for two. Doug, the math.
Doug, the edit point sometimes.
I know. They just cut right off. There's no trail off. There's no natural end of a sentence, and we're going to stop there. We just I'm tired.
I do have to, because I understand cutting them into smaller chunks, Kurt. But why the abruptness?
The source from which I pulled it. That's where it ended.
Oh, really?
Like the source from which.
Okay.
Should have consulted me. Consult your boy. I could have pointed you in there. I probably could have just helped. I don't know why I didn't.
You could have.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're good, baby.
No, you're good, baby.
I'm glad you pulled some.
Yeah.
Do you want the photos anyway? Did I tell this story on the podcast? Mm-hmm. It was on the podcast, so I didn't say this on TMA. I know long-time listeners have heard the story. I apologize. We've been on for 20 effing years. But I was trying to get a hotel room in Las Vegas. The cat and Martin and I were fascinated by producer Joe's interest in a little program called Laguna Beach. Laguna Beach aired on MTV. It was a quote-unquote reality show that featured high school students in the tough neighborhood of Laguna Beach in Southern California. And Joe would come in during commercial breaks and sometime on the air and regale Martin, the cat, and myself with tales of Laguna Beach, including a gentleman who went by the name of Talon, a young boy named Talon.
Okay.
So the cat, in an effort to get me a room at Treasure Island, very nice property in Las Vegas, acted like he was my agent, and spoke with the customer service rep at Treasure Island.
Okay.
Doug, here is the audio from, I believe, 2005 or 6.
Love to hear it.
Is it Treasure Island? How can I assist you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a manager, please.
Sure, for which department?
Well, I got a celebrity that wants to stay at your place, so I want to see if I can make the arrangements. Yeah, I got to talk to someone now. It's Talon from Laguna Beach, and Talon doesn't wait. I need a place where you get a little privacy. If I can get a cheaper rate, that would be great, because it would make me look good, as I'm his agent. He's a pretty big star.
You're looking for like a jacuzzi suite?
What do you got?
I have regular rooms. They're $89 on Thursday, $129 Friday, Saturday's $179, and Sunday is $129.
Can you knock that down a little and make me look good? I don't want to be crass.
Yeah.
But he stayed at the Venetian a couple of months ago. They said the same thing, and I sent a couple of pictures naked of Talon, and they gave him a
You know
lower
what,
rate.
sir? I really don't want to discuss this with you.
You want the photos anyway?
No, I don't really. Thank you, though.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
So, Tim doesn't have a room just yet.
Do you want the pictures anyway? I thought that was the right thing to do, though. You probably got her excited, and then as a show of good faith, you still...
Yeah, it's called leverage. It's what you got.
How's that edit, Doug?
Oh,
Yeah, I like the edit, Chairman.
How would you like to work at a hotel and deal with that kind of nonsense all day long?
And unbeknownst to you, it's going out over the radio.
Yeah.
Keep it up, Kurt. Tell these dorks to eat your backside after your 2 a.m. workout.
That's some wedding tackle.
I like the idea of staying in a hotel room in Vegas for $120.
Yeah.
On the
89
strip.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said anything that creepy.
Oh, I don't know.
You wanna-
Don't sell yourself short.
I think we got one more clip that would beg to differ.
Oh, what do we have? It's
We have
the
some
ant
naked
story.
pictures.
Here we go. Perfect timing.
I fooled around with my step aunt at the lake.
Whoa.
855.
We're going to have to hear about that, I think.
Well, nothing really to hear about it. They all went on the boat, and I just stayed back with her. No, it was my uncle's second wife. So I guess she'd have been my step aunt, wouldn't she?
She'd just be your aunt.
You cucked your uncle?
She'd be your aunt, not a step aunt.
Were they still together?
Yeah.
So was that a cock?
He was out on the. No, he was out on the boat.
So it was not a cock.
Well, he's cheating. That's a cut.
But I'm sure he didn't care.
And so how does this happen?
Well, I could tell that she was interested.
How? Don't you ever get a sense that one of your family members is interested?
Not the least bit.
Is it table?
You
They
got
were all-
lucky at a family reunion.
They were all going to go out. No, it wasn't a family reunion. We were just down at the lake for the weekend.
Producer Joe is listening to this story of Vince Apple.
And he cut it right there.
Jesus.
Oh.
That's where the clip ended, Doug.
Okay. All right, it was just getting good. But that was creepier than what Kat said. You still want the pictures anyway.
It's really nice hearing the same segments on the show proper that we hear on TMA all day. Some mud puppy, and he's not happy
No
now.
one
And
is.
Doug, this 20th anniversary, it is starting to take a turn as the audience is not happy with the show.
But isn't that like a part of the celebration? Is that they still, no matter what, hate it?
Yeah.
Like no matter what we do, it's hated. Like that's
Clean edits and shirts in a timely manner. That's what this show does well. That's from Mr. Siders who attacks Jackson's 7-iron distance.
I don't think there's going to be a 21st anniversary the way things are going today.
If you don't have a truck, a tat, and a kid by 20, you ain't nothing.
The abruptness of these cuts is such a beautiful, perfect homage to this awful, terrible show. Bravo. Bravo. Doug, that's from Brian Henshin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of would be weird if they were perfect at it in cuts.
It'd be too smooth. We don't like that. Anyone can do it smoothly. Anyone can take their time and make it all make sense. Try staying on the air 20 years when you suck as badly as we do.
That's a promo.
Mm-hmm.
That's a promo.
I stand with KG. That's from Mr. Licks.
I knew he would.
Yep. Happy 20th, all. I've been here since day one. Appreciate the years of entertainment. Have a great weekend. That's from Beer Cats. Wow. He pivoted off
he
brand.
turned. Yeah. Yeah. He's usually the bad guy. He usually tries to stir it up.
Don PP is not happy in the YouTube chat. 20 years, and the only guest we got was a guy who rhymes crap with crap and an employee who worked 2 years on the show 16 years ago.
Did you miss
What else
Welly?
would you expect from us?
Did you miss Welly? Welly was great.
Yeah.
Nick and the Badger fame.
Did anyone ask Joe if he'd like to come on?
Joe's texting with me right now.
Oh.
He sent in a bunch of texts. So is Sack. I think we got more of and the cat. I think we got more people who just want to text into the program.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach got a Holderness and Bourne golf shirt.
He did.
Boy, that's a sharp look. I got to get some of those. You get yours? Because you got one.
I text my dad, see if it's arrived at his home.
It could be the Somalia pirates still have yours.
Yeah. No, they all went. Billy Bixon sent them out, I think, on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
But Mr. Siders is And then somebody, Jimmy P. on him. Oh, we might have a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Tim has always giggled at stuff that's not funny. And then Walrus King corrects Don Peepee, says, don't forget a caddy and a caddy. And Don Peepee says, oh, yeah, I forgot, LOL, roller skates.
I don't think I know what any of that means.
Pop the champagne and make love all night.
Okay, Frank.
Yeah, I don't know what the caddy on caddy thing is.
Is there any way to go back and listen to show number 1 from 20 years ago? It's from Mr. Licks. That I would have to yield to producer Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Buck Swope might not have that one.
Probably not. But I said this. I think I said this on the podcast. If I said it on TMA, Jackson stopped me.
Okay.
I know I didn't say it on Balloon Party. That after 2 or 3 weeks of the morning grind in 2004, they were getting ready to fire us. Fun fact.
They'd had enough.
There was such backlash to the show from the olds.
Oh, yeah.
Who were used to Bob Nightingale will be joining us coming up. And then, the Cardinals taking on the Pirates. So we'll talk to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, writer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came in and just did whatever. And they were raging about it. And those guys who bought it from Atlanta, who, were in the early stages of that ownership, were freaking out. And they were getting ready to terminate us. Fun facts for no and tell.
Mm-hmm. Well, what saved your bacon?
I don't know, actually. I guess we were all under contract. So there would have had to be some payouts, but I don't think they were long-term contracts. They were like 1 or 2 year deals. So they decided to stick with us.
Yeah.
Some people just can't handle change. There's certain people that don't even give a show a chance before they just start blowing up because it's not their show they want.
My dad did get his golf shirt. And he loves
it's a sharp look.
Loves it. He loves it.
Mr. Sider says, still haven't got mine, Tim.
Well, let's get a shirt to
Cider.
Cider.
Live in a different zip code.
You think he lives in a different zip code?
What? A lot of different zip codes.
Scott Circle Ballsack just sent a picture of his wife being kissed by Lisa Ann. Doug, look at that. That's girl action.
Okay.
And we know both those people, so we know they're real.
Yeah, they're real.
Sapphic.
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
I'm telling you, Lisa Ann was into that situation.
Was she? Really?
I witnessed the whole thing.
Okay.
Who'd the morning grind take over for? That's from Painter Guy. I believe Scott Warman, Jennings Randolph Jr., and I don't know if there was a third person on that show.
Howard Balzer?
I don't think so. But I remember we had a producer who was a great guy. Remember Arthur? His name was Adam Hendrickson.
Yeah, he still
who still listens.
Still texts me every once in a while.
But Jack Snow called him Arthur, so the name stuck. And that was the show that was on before us, and then we replaced them in July of 2004. That's what I recall. But I don't recall who was on with Jennings other than Scott Warman. Doug, do you recall? You used to call in and...
No, I never called.
Go after...
I didn't.
Pools.
I didn't.
That was before or after. Oh, it had to be before. Because Jay, myself, and Balzer were doing a show at one point.
Pause.
Jay, Balzer, and I would be the correct
I
grammar.
cannot remember when I worked where.
No. Well, hopefully you will when this book gets written.
Shrubs.
Yeah, I'm going to have to reach out to people and say, give me some dates here. I don't remember.
Who else is going to remember where you worked and when?
Maybe people I was with.
They're going to know exactly when you were there?
Well, they have better memories than I do. I mean, Tim knows every second of every day of every movie, of every Cardinal game.
Change is hard. Change is difficult.
It is.
But the majority of the time, the opposite side of change is a golden goose.
I don't know. St. Louis has changed a lot. Doesn't necessarily mean there's a bunch of golden eggs lying on the streets anymore. I'm going to Chicago. Stand up. Yeah.
There wasn't a golden goose on that thing either.
No.
It laid an egg, all right.
Yeah. Well, the thing I never understood is why anyone would listen to a radio station they don't like. Because it's so easy to just simply turn to another one of the 50 shows that are on at any given time.
Pretty much any content, especially now. Like if you're going out and listening to a podcast someone you don't like for an hour, really odd.
Even for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But to stick with it just so you can berate the host and tell her how much you hate it.
You think?
Find something else.
You think it says more about the person listening than the people on the program?
Whoa. I don't know. I just can't imagine wanting to be unhappy by listening to something that's going to make you unhappy.
Yeah, well, odd behavior, no doubt.
Yeah.
Doug, we're going to give more time to the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day today for the 20th anniversary gala. I have to head out a little early. It'll be balls in the air an hour and 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going to line up? Are you going to be on the left side of the fairway or the right side of the fairway? Number one.
No, I can't make it.
Number one, I guess my miss would probably be more left. So if you want to get close to me while I'm hitting that second shot.
My big concern is traffic getting there.
Yeah.
And whether I can park at a reasonable rate.
I got it.
Because there'll be thousands of people out there.
I get it.
Bowl play, maybe he'll come out.
I think he is.
Yeah, maybe
78 teams.
Yeah, maybe he'll come out and walk around for a while.
78 teams. All right, let's see. I am in the email of the day folder. Chairman, have you had a chance to go filtering?
I have.
Okay, you feel good about your filtering process?
Yeah, we got a good batch today. A lot of the heavy hitters out there.
No, the big boys came out today. Before we go to our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, I would like to tell the audience about a sponsor who, Dr. Brand Pryor, was in here saying he has never had success with an advertising campaign like the one he has had for 100 West Dental. They built brand new offices with the most modern of technology with the patient experience at the front of the mind. One of the very few dental offices that offer virtual consultations with the doctor. They're trying to reach those who are anxious about going to the dentist, showing them that the dentist can be an easy and preventative procedure that could help health in the long run. The best part, from my standpoint, no phone calls needed to get in. You just check the calendar online for availability and you book right then and there. You go to 100westdental.com. That's 100westdental.com. It's a very procedure-specific approach to dentistry. No insurance, no problem. The membership plan aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. And they have a huge offer going on for our audience for Invisalign. If you mention my name, you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with it. Go to 100westdental.com or call 636-585-0100. That's 100westdental.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Okay.
All
right.
And think about that. What do you think?
That's what I'm doing right now. Thinking about how great these emails are going to be.
And Young, happy anniversary, Mr. Tim and friends. 20 years of subpar radio. What an achievement. I love this show and I love you guys. Thanks, and hit that gong. That's from #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin.
Brian Henshin.
Chapter 7, long distance romance with an 18-year-old boy from Miami, 40 years my junior. The first time I saw SGO Kai topless, I was like, wow. He was just such a cool kiddo. Just like me during my salad days in the roaring 20s. Tan skin, flat stomach, fake jewelry. Over many Instagram live sessions, I began falling in love with him as we bonded over living life on credit, sustaining rent payments by selling other people's stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and generally living in squalor. Unfortunately, we had a falling out over disagreement on managing Juju Baby's OnlyFans on the merit of getting a face tattoo of Gary Busey. This chapter has been sponsored by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation in partnership with Terracotta Caddies LLP. Hire us to accompany you on the course and watch our Xanax Eyes doom scroll Instagram the whole time before inevitably getting hit with a last-minute $475 processing fee. Thanks. That's from Three-Way Trade Deal, DBA, Riverfront, McDonald's, Rozelle's, etc.
Three-Way Trade Deal, etc.
And Young. The butchering of those cuts was such a beautiful, perfect homage to this awful, terrible show. Bravo, bravo. Thanks, #1 Asian intern Brian Henshin, a.k.a. SMR Talon 25. In honor of the special anniversary, we'll just be giving away $1,000 to 100 people. All you have to do is... And then the email inexplicably ends abruptly.
Okay.
Nice, well done.
Brian Henshin, point 2.
Been a hot minute since I emailed in, but my friend Bambi came over for the 20th anniversary show. We didn't get to listen much. She moved her way down my body to my sweetness. She slipped her hands underneath my thighs and pushed upwards, forcing me to wrap my legs around her. She kept her eyes locked with mine as her tongue began to probe me. The waves of pleasure traveled up my body as she found my spot. My body grew more and more tense as my arousal peaked. I was grasping at the sheets as my moans grew louder. Our friend Daphne joined in and held down my hands as Bambi finished me off with the friction of her tongue ring.
All right.
That's the deal, Banana Peel. That's from bikini model Brittany. Doug, so erotic.
It wasn't that. Really erotic. A bikini modeled Brittany.
Well, it's been 20 years, so little was accomplished. One thing that has changed over the years is the quality of the callers. They used to be real Americans, like ones who called in to break down the upcoming schedules of the local sports teams. A drunk who somehow had the only still operating party line phone in America. And an invalid who simply wanted to know how the Cards did the previous night, but you guys couldn't seem to find the right department to give him the scores. Now your only callers are boring individuals with a whole lot of shtick. Where'd all the real St. Louisans go? I blame it on the radio signal. No one knows what HD2 is. It's almost certainly made up. As a result, if you don't have a phone or a computer, you don't even know it's taking place. I like the old AM days when your signal was so weak yet so precise that it somehow only reached the oddest of people in the area. Those were your people. Anyways, congrats on all the gay love you're about to make this weekend. I unfortunately cannot attend on account of me penis not working.
Oh.
Years ago, Doug and I experimented with what can only be described as a violent urethra play, and that's all she wrote. Love you guys. That's from Funny Uncle Carl's double-sided fleshlight.
Legends.
Wow,
Funny
one of the
Uncle
greats
Carl.
making a return.
Double-sided fleshlight.
Crap and Sawdust, a Biff-inspired poem. It once was a grind to get to happily ever after. But now we've reached 20 years of the morning after. We had Charlie, Martin, Prod Joe and the Cat, Wee Willie Springer, and a guy who knows where the best barbecues are at. There have been hate listens and holeless callers and Jay Randolph Jr., the GOAT and footballer. The plowboy plowed on with big things a-doing, and listeners dreamed of a khakied smoke show they'd be a-doing. Well, that's all for now. For you boys I lust, thank you for 20 years of crap and sawdust. Toodles, that's from the unknown DJ.
Unknown DJ.
What's up, world? Don't mind me, just over here, just going over my final checklist for the anniversary orgy. Let's see. Assless chaps, check. KY jelly, check. 12 gallons of baked beans, check. 500 dental dams, check. Spare batteries for my insulin pump, check. Pork steak flavored jello shots, check. Condoms, nah. Daddy's riding bareback tonight. It's the only way to truly celebrate a radio show's anniversary. Pro tip, if you wear a Fitbit watch, switch the settings over from the step counter to the pump tracker, and you can accurately log how many thrusts it takes you to reach completion. Kind of like StatCast analytics for your dong, so you can improve your performance before the year-end awards. Congrats, men. I can't wait to see where the next 20 years take you. Who knows? Maybe you'll be upgraded to a full-size room with windows by the year 2044. Either that or Hubbard will officially move your show all the way inside of a urinal by then. No matter what, you guys will handle it with the style and grace of 5 dumbasses devoid of actual real-world skills. You guys might be the talentless ass clowns, but you're our ass clowns. And we genuinely love you, damn it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the laughs over the years. Here's to many more. Doug, that's from the JV Golf Coach.
Is it JV Golf Coach?
20th anniversary request. I would be honored if Tim would walk me down the aisle at my upcoming nuptials.
Jesus.
You see, I got married the first time in 2004, and after my divorce, I was afraid nobody would ever love me again. I've never been what society considers, quote, good looking, end quote. What girl would have me? I was damaged goods. But then I discovered this show. And thrift the show. I found out guys like me a lot. And if a guy plays his cards right, he can bang one of the hosts. TMA Live 2019. Hit Shots Lavatory. Hey, buddy, my khaki zipper is stuck. Can you help a guy out? 3 seconds later, I was sucking the fin out of him.
Oh, geez.
Lance Mount RN, sexually satisfied professional snow skier.
All right.
You know when it's Miller. You can 3 words in, you know when it's Miller.
Lance Mountain, professional snow skier.
Morning. Randall McDumperhorn here. First time, long time. 20 years. 20 long years. I think it's important to remember where you started after such an accomplishment and somehow remaining on low-wattage, hyper-localized internet radio for so long. From small podcast studios where the mics didn't have pop filters and the show remotes were held in the tortilla aisles from Latin grocery stores to this. Now you're broadcasting from even smaller studios in honking pancake crypto. Pancake crypto. While posting polls on an app you hate to improve, asking if you've ever pleasured yourself to an automated customer service rep.
Still up there.
20 years ago, some of the biggest sports guests the nation had ever seen clamor to get on the air with Tim. 20 years later, you've graduated to booking esteemed people like a girl Jackson went to school with, who was self-deprecating and snarky on Twitter, and Iggy's brother-in-law, who he used to cyber with under the guise of a lesbian on AOL Instant Messenger.
He's never been on.
20 years ago, $100 prizes to win the girl next door competitions and parties downtown. 20 years later, $200 offerings to piss him off and canceled golf tournaments because the host can't stomach hanging out with the same 12 listeners each quarter. After such a storied career, I'm reminded of a quote from Casey Kasem, where he said, "You don't make it to 20 years without burning bridges with 18 porn stars, 2 golf courses, a hot dog stand, 4 dealerships, and Jeff Passan. To the moon, fellas." Doug, that's from the Coalition.
Oh, the Coalition, with some harsh but true words.
And finally, salutations from across the nation. Happy 20-year anniversary to the traveling Nitwittery Circus that has gone from 590 The Fan to 1380, back to 590 The Fan, which was rebranded 590 The Man. So you jump to CBS Sports 920, then back to 590 The Fan, and the Paper Mache Palace, which relocated to an apartment complex in St. Charles, and then a strip mall in Kirkwood with the broke-down Hummer, before finally landing on HD2 at Hubbard. Who do we got lined up? Kilcoin, The Cat, Prod Joe, Non-Gay, Rich Gould, Bob Fesco, Jason Barrett, Monique Medina? Nope. We got the producer from the short-lived Fesco era who did not punch Sam Snead, but he did get slapped by a wrestler when he was topless. We got a restaurant connoisseur who once paid $3,000 to read his poetry to Jesse Jane, a former cast member of Nick and the Badger, and a straight man from St. Louis pretending to be a gay party planner from New York whose husband coaches their less skilled twin boys soccer team. Way to mail it in, boys. At least we got to hear some poorly edited best-of clips. For the record, the Foot Fetish Friday segments became a TMA tradition in 2011. Anne-Marie Rios had given Jay Boyd the wrong address, sending him to Arnold when she was actually hoteling in Fairview Heights, and she might not have gotten there on time. Tim wondered if Frank would want to have her on, impersonating Frank, top 5 gangbang scenes of all time. Fortunately, a listener named Beasley came to the rescue and delivered her on time for Jay to enjoy her feet, and the tradition was born. My all-time favorite segment was Prod Joe's Porn Search Analytics Deep Dive, where he went through all the top 10 search terms of the SEC states, followed by countries, culminating with Hungary's number 8 search term being Grandpa Gay.
Oh.
Doug, that's from Buck Swope
with a nice little email.
And that is what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Well, I thought there were 3 that stood out. Funny Uncle Carl.
A legend. A long-time winner.
Yeah.
He had a run. He had an era. Kind of like when the Giants and Bumgarner were having their era. That was Funny Uncle Carl.
All right, similar. The Coalition and Buck Swope. I thought those were your top 3. I'm going to go with the Coalition. I thought that was the best.
Swope was good. JV golf coach was good. Uncle Carl was good. But Pancake Crypto got to me, so I'm going to go with the Coalition.
The Coalition has just got his 4th win for the month of July. And Doug, as we head down the stretch, 3-way trade deal has 5 wins. Buck Swope has 4 wins. The Coalition has 4 wins. We got a Jim Dandy.
Yeah, we sure do.
And you are not going to go to Florida today because you want to stick around to hear these 3 final Design Air Heating and Cooling Email the Day competitions.
The trip is still on because I could really care less.
Drop out of that.
But I will, I'll try to muster some enthusiasm for it.
Suck it, Doug.
Okay, Stop it, ball game.
Yep. Take that.
Okay.
Doug, the 20th anniversary show is in the books. And while, unfortunately, Ella Reese, Abigail Mack, Janine Lindemulder, and Colby Rasmus don't appear to be joining us.
No shows.
Still 3 minutes. We were able to hear from Chaps Ritter, Bruce in New York, Michael Wellington.
Sure.
Biff.
Yeah.
The Cat texted me. Sack texted me. Remember Austin? Board up?
Sure.
I think he was like Charlie's roommate for a time.
Mm-hmm.
PGA Pro Dan, Cletus. I mean,
all the greats.
So my phone was the 20th anniversary, and I guess I'll just post the text messages.
Your phone had a good time this morning. The rest of us just kind of, we just kind of slept through it like we normally do.
Ella Reese was on, but I bumped her for the Biff poem.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Ew, Mommy, go look in the toilet.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Like the dirty.
So 21 years starts on Monday?
21 year starts on Monday.
Okay.
Then you will not be here.
No, I won't. I won't be within 1,000
You gonna bring the computer with you so you can do it live from vacation?
I'm not planning to, no. Not planning to.
Tell me what you see.
Okay.
I know we'll have a combination of Matty, Joey Vitale, and Michael Wellington, assuming he's not playing St. Andrews while you're vacationing in Hampton. You're back a week from Monday, Doug? Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Sometime is that August 4th, 5th? Nurse? Somebody will figure it out. Hell, I don't. August 5th?
Yeah.
All right. Doug, have a wonderful vacation.
Well, thank you.
Thank you to the audience for being so loyal to this show over the past 20 years. To be able to do something in your hometown that you love doing with people you love coming to work with who make you laugh is something that I could have never, ever expected when the Martin the Cat, and I guess it was Nickel on the board, I think, because Stedman wasn't there and producer Joe wasn't, 20 years ago today. So I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have had this experience. And without the people involved on the air, off the air, in the sales department, and the listeners who have been so loyal to this show, it would not have been possible. This has never been about one person. It has been about the group. And the group, Doug, carries on. And I know you're hoping for another 20 years. So hopefully you'll get your wish.
Gosh.
Now, right there, it sounds
this show
like...
will probably be tape delayed from my funeral at some point. Wouldn't you think that's definitely in the cards?
Can we still count you as a guest if you're in the coffin?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I guess Biff will call in with a poem for you.
All right. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
A eulogy.
You'll pop out of
I
the
would appreciate
casket
all
saying
that.
you can't rhyme
Yeah. Full eulogy for
word.
Biff.
with the same word. Thank you to for real. Thank you so much to the listeners. We have a truly wonderful audience, and that's, I realize show's got to say that, and I get it. But I think one of the things that's a testimonial to the audience is when we came over to Hubbard, and people such as Jesse Kioski, who does a great job with our events and promotions, and our sales staff interact with the audience, and the promo team, the street team, interact with the audience at our events. They're just like, God, these people are so kind.
They do steal pizzas.
They stole pizza at the one thing, but they're kind, and they have been incredibly good to us, whether you just started listening in the last few months or you were with us from July 26th, 2004. Incredibly grateful. As far as a career dream goes, couldn't ask for much more.
And they support the sponsors, which is such a...
That's the name of the game. Support the sponsors. That's the name of the game. So thank you so much for being so kind to us for the last 2 decades. For Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great.